New Gun Freak music, y'all. What up? What's good, Gun Freak Nation? Gun Freak Nation, what's up? Got my Gun Freak juice, feeling good. Just made one of the hottest beats that I ever made in my entire life, y'all. I see they caught that savage that unalived them politicians yesterday, man. Salute to law enforcement for keeping this motherfucker law in motherfucking order. And fuck everybody who's against law and order. Fuck everybody that's against law and order. You feel me? We got a special guest that's going to be tapping in. I call him nephew. He is my nephew. You feel me? You know, we're going to talk about it. It's a lot of things we need to talk about. You feel me? What up, though? Everybody up in this motherfucker, turn up in this motherfucker. I heard, I hope you savage ready out here in this bitch. What up, though, y'all? You know, let us all pray to the Most High, man, that we here to, we in the land of the living, we above ground, and we are blessed to see another day. I want, you know, the world is a crazy place right now. You know, we got all these protests / riots popping up all throughout the country. This shit is all by design, y'all. You know, this shit is designed. You know, we got some wars going on right now. We probably gonna get involved in this shit. The world is a crazy place to be in right now. You feel me? But on this note, I want to bring in my nephew. Hey, Recipe, you ready, baby? Are you ready? Let's do this. What up, though?
Yo.
What's going on?
Good?
What's going on,
Freaks?
man?
What's good, huh?
Man, it's been too long. It's been too long. It's been a minute. You feel me? So what's you know what's good, nephew? What's good?
Everything is good, man. You know, unfortunately, our country is in a state of damn near disrepair, but everything else is gravy. You know, I'm over here unpacking. Y'all excuse the mess. But you know,
You
it's
ain't got
hard to
that.
say what's
Hey,
good.
it's man living. You know what I'm saying? Living and trying to live in peace. But sometimes,
Right
man,
on.
you got negative energies that would try to take away your peace. But nah, I'm guarding my peace at all times. You can't trust everybody. You can't trust, man. The most important thing, whatever in life, is peace. You got to have peace, no matter where you at in life, financially, physically, health rise. You got to have peace,
That's
regardless.
right.
So I'm
That's
just
right.
seeking peace, and I'm draining the swamps in the Gun Freak Nation because everybody in this motherfucker is not for you. And let me address this situation. I got another, Gun Freak Nation fam. They listen. If you call me Unc, that means you don't adopted me as your Unc. You should not have to worry about taking offense to something that I've said that I clearly wasn't even talking about you. You know what I'm saying? And it was my words were taken out of context, and I don't let shit bother me or worry about it, man. But if you really fuck with me like that, you should know better. If you know better, you should do better. You should never have to question me. I'm your aunt. You adopted me.
Right on.
So I just don't get some people, man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. But let's talk about what we talked about on the phone, man. You was very insightful and made me think, man. Some of the stuff you were saying about what's going on, the state of the world right now.
Right on, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and address what you were stating on, man. I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna go back a little bit. So in the 2A community, there's two things that don't. When it comes to guns, this is just me from being a veteran, okay? And I hope y'all can understand where I'm coming from. I look at people, and you take it the wrong way, that's fine. I look at people like money. We all green, okay? Now, when you start fucking up and you start you get ripped and torn, they're gonna take you out the cycle. They're gonna take you out the system. You're not gonna go sit back to the mint. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna go back in the treasury. You out. You done. They're gonna burn you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I look at it like this. All right. You can fuck around. Excuse my language on the live.
No, you good.
You can mess around. You can mess around and be wholeheartedly a patriot, but then don't have shit to do with politics. Or you can be hella political and not have shit to do with being a patriot or the 2A community or nothing like that. So in my mind, being a veteran of, they say 13 years on my paperwork, but I only did 12. I promise I did 12.
Got to salute you, nephew. I been knew you was in the military, that you got a military background, but I didn't know you was in there that fucking long. That's a career.
Yeah, I was in there.
That's a fucking career, nephew.
Yes, sir.
I salute you.
Yeah, man. I was 28 when I had signed up. I was 17. I joined right out of high school. I was 17. I didn't leave for basic until I was 28. My birthday isn't until September. So I was 17. I graduated in May. Signed my contract sometime over the summer. Didn't leave till December. So it was after my birthday. So I had already turned 18. So on the paperwork, when I signed up, I was 17. So anyway, that's just one of them loopholes. So I'd have retired this year, 38. I retired this year in a couple months.
Oh, okay.
All right. That would have been my 20 years. So at 38, joining and seeing a lot of things that coming from where I'm from, I wasn't exposed to, i.e. getting into politics and voting, and people's rights and things like that. You know, I was never involved in that. All
Yeah.
right. Now I got involved in that older as I learned more about it as an adult.
Yeah.
But as a child, you know, growing up for me, myself, that's something that our parents didn't instill in us. And it's unfortunate because that's just like credit. You know, they need to be teaching politics in school. There's these Democratic and Republican parties and different parties. They need to be teaching credit. Fuck all this Christopher Columbus, all this other shit. I'm not worried about that. Okay, we already know what happened. We already know how we got here. All right, I'm fine with that. I'm not saying it's irrelevant by no means. No disrespect to my people. But at the same time, I'm saying, hey, they setting us up for failure in the school system. They're not teaching us about politics, about which party that, you know, would benefit us or whatever. What's up, Willie? Salute. But they also not teaching about credit. I hate that. It's the simple things, man. The simple things that you can instill in the younger generations that will benefit them on down the road. You know, appreciate you, Gerald.
Right.
That's just me, man. I never got into politics. You know, we all have different backgrounds, and that's understandable. My background personally, the way that I'm moving through this world is just, I'm in it for me and mines. I'm living in Little Mexico right now, but I'd be damned if I ain't got my 590A1 right over there. You see it leaned up against the bed, right? I don't know. You can probably see that. That's to go to butt stock, and then go to the barrel. That's a 590A1. I got my Glock 19 on my hip. Got my 21 over there, and I got my M70 in the closet up there. All right. So moving to a new neighborhood, you never know what you're gonna come in contact with, regardless of your political views. That's why I'm saying the 2A community and politics, this shit is completely, these are two different worlds.
Yeah.
I understand that people want to be political about their beliefs. And I understand that they might say, hey, if you pro 2A, then you need to, you know, you would expect people to say, hey, I like this amendment. But you got to remember, it's people that carry guns and that are hella anti-guns, but they love the Second Amendment. And then there's people that hate the Second Amendment and they do the opposite too. So it's a conundrum.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I don't get into all of that stuff, and I don't vote. I never have voted. I can't vote. And from a 17-year-old back then, my mindset was this: I'm 17. Okay, I'm not even old enough to fucking buy a handgun. Okay,
right.
Not even old enough to buy a firearm, but I'm old enough to sign up to protect my country.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once again, here's this battle that I'm fighting. Like, how would you rely on me to do this? But if something happens on my record that you don't like, I'm just tarnished for life. Or I gotta go through sticks and stones and get my bones broke just to get my 2A rights restored.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a whole bottle of confusion, man. I think we are screwed as people, just in general.
Yeah, it's crazy out here, you know, and like I said before, and I firmly believe this, religion, politics, and race, all it does is I believe it was put here to divide people, man. There's so many wars, so many people have died over that shit, man. And it's at some point I hope that we advance in life to where those three things is not a factor anymore, to the point to where we getting so upset to where like the idiot what he did yesterday, you know, impersonating law enforcement and unaliving two, you know, politicians because he disagreed with them, you know, what they voted for, whatever. It's
out of control, man.
It's out of control, you know. And you know, touching on, like, I didn't know that I offended some people last night, nephew, when I said that if you disagree with me, or you don't like me, then why are you still subscribed or still not necessarily subscribed, but watching my content?
I
say,
missed that line, man.
keep it moving. But you know, if I offended somebody, I apologize, because I was talking about the person that went out of their way to, you know, they left like 4-paragraph comment on my videos. Well, you know, I've been subscribed to you for some years now, and it probably was a troll, to be honest, because if
I'm determined to get your attention.
right, because if you've been subscribed to me for years now, then you know how I feel about Trump. Trump is, in my opinion, is a way better president than Biden was, because Biden was anti-gun, anti-2A, and I don't fuck with nobody that want to put me in a situation where I'm helpless or can't defend myself with the type of weapons I choose to own. You know, I don't fuck with nobody that's where you don't need this, what you need that for, what you need with an AR-15 for. All you need is a good old fashioned shotgun. Well, fuck you, because the savages that's outside running around or trying to break up in your house, guess what they got? AR-15s, AK-47s. So I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm outgunned and I'm listening to you and gonna get one of them Elmer Fudd shotguns where I got to break the motherfucker down and all that shit.
Anybody doing all that?
You know when they coming in with blocks with the
switches on the back,
and you know, it's just
FRT triggers and all that stuff. Yeah, they out there.
So we living in a society where it's just a lot of people don't agree with it and don't see the world the way that we see it. The vision in my world, what I think in my world, I think you should be able to, you know, be armed to protect yourself, to defend yourself.
Right on.
Everybody
got guns in my world.
I'm not telling nobody to go out and break the law and do something illegal or crazy like that Savage did yesterday.
Right.
I'm not advocating that. I don't condone that, even though it was Democrats. I think this idiot was a Democrat, and I think he got mad because they voted for the bill that Trump wanted or something. I don't know. It has something to do with politics. And he took out 2 people, and now, you know, they caught him today. They caught him yesterday, and now his life is over, you know. So we living in a crazy world, man. It's crazy times, and people you got to get ready. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready at all times. I appreciate all y'all that's in here.
Yo, you got me up?
Right, I got you.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to work on my lighting. My lighting is all jacked up.
You good, bro.
You good. Sorry, man. I'm trying to get it right. But yeah, when it gets to the point, you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
When it gets to the point to where you're actually causing harm to folks, you need to find another. I feel like people need to just reevaluate their cause, because there should be nothing that's going on in your world to where you have to take somebody else's life.
Right.
You understand what I'm? That's not the end goal. The end goal is to live a good life and to die peacefully at home or elsewhere. Oh, the light, that's better. That's way better. So that's the end goal for me. I'm not with all that. You got people out here that's just stuck on stupid, and they want to cause harm. They don't want people to have other things. You know what I'm saying? They don't want people to have the freedoms or the gifts or the fruits of their labor. And they want to take them things from them people. You ain't gonna come take my fruits, my labor. You know? I don't give a fuck if you the government or you MS-13. It don't fucking matter. I got something for both of them. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right. It's
That's just me.
hey man, nobody asked to be born here, but these are the cards that we are dealt, that we have to just come to the conclusion that we in a world full of crazy motherfuckers, and they think we just as crazy because we don't have the same mindset as they do. So everybody got their own opinion, but
Yeah.
my thing is when you tread on me, and when you all for, if you for this, like all this shit, I'm staying the fuck up out of it. I agree with what a lot of people are saying about the protests that's going on in LA and throughout this country. I'm staying the fuck up out of it, man, because number one, Trump already said his intentions. That's one of the core reasons why he got elected, because the previous administration left that border open, and any and everybody came over here, including rapists, including murderers, uh, pedophiles, criminals, and I'm not going to riot and protest because
Yeah.
they trying to deport a criminal that's over here illegally in the first place. So that's the type of people, the ill-minded people, they want to get mad at us because we're not against them trying to deport them. And I get tired every time I see this shit on the news, and it pisses me off. Well, they breaking up families, they split. Man, if I was to go out there and commit a crime, guess what? I'm gonna get arrested, and they're gonna break up my family too, because I was the one that was stupid enough to go out there and commit a crime and get caught. Families get broken up every fucking day. When we go to jail, when we get arrested, so these they over here illegal. Now, I do have a heart. If you really a righteous person and made it all the way over here, and you trying to do better, and for you and your family and all that, man, I wish you the best. I wish you the best, because we need all the righteous people on our side, as many as we can, because right now it looks like the world is full of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Idiots, man, and dangerous ones at that. Don't never listen to nobody that say that you should not have a gun, or trying to disarm you. Never listen to them. They trust me. They not for your best. They ain't it not for your best interest.
I look at people like that as villains. Somebody that says that you should not own a firearm, you don't need no gun, call the police. I look at them, they the villains in my eyes, because how are you making me a victim? You are a villain. You are a villain. You are turning me into a victim. Villains, they victimize people. That's why they are villains. So that's how I look at that. If you're going to tell me I can't have no gun, I don't need this, I don't need that. When it comes to protecting my family, you don't need to tell me what I need to have. What's up, LA? That's it. And I'm gonna go back to what you said earlier. It's off politics. It's about it's about foreigners. I'm gonna cut it down to the chase. At the end of the day, we all fucking foreigners. All right. The Indians, the Native Americans was here first.
Right.
That's where I stand, because I'm damn near Native American myself. All right. We got 25, I think we got what, 25 and like a 10% on my parents' side, Cherokee and Seminole. Yeah. So I'm not even with all that stuff, man. Like,
right.
I don't care how you came here. If you're not fucking up what we doing, if you're not causing a problem, then you fine with me. I don't give a fuck how you got here. I don't give a fuck why you here. But if you quiet and you out the way, you fine with me.
Right.
Silence is the key to success. And people keep forgetting that. It's a reason why these motherfuckers been over here for so long. They've been quiet. They doing what they're supposed to do. They not fucking with nobody. Everybody ain't bad. A lot of migrants and a lot of immigrants have built this country. They built this country with their bare fucking hands.
Yeah.
And so I respect them motherfuckers, yo.
Right.
I don't speak it, but hey, I know Niña, Niño, Migo, Miga, and that's all I need. Hey, you ain't got to speak, and I ain't got to speak, but I'm a whole man. I have met people that never even met black people before, being in the military. Yeah, right. Met two people, two white guys One was from like one from Alaska, one from like Oregon or some crazy off somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Never met. They was touching us. It was only like 3 or 4 of us in our barracks and basic training. They was touching us, pitching our skins and shit. The drill sergeant was black. So drill sergeant Walker, when he got a hold of him, y'all ain't pinching and touching me. So it's just everybody come from different backgrounds, and it's sad that being that we all Americans, we all was raised so differently, and we all still are like clashing. You know what I'm saying? I hate this shit. We are a whole. We a country. You know what I'm saying? When I signed up, what I signed up for was protect y'all motherfuckers. All right. I'm not worried about. I'm selfless. I'm not selfish. I'm selfless. All right. But the simple fact that I went to the gas station, I saw a guy. He pulled up right beside me. He had his Marine sticker on his truck. I said, "What's up, Marine? How you doing, bro?" He looked at me like I was a damn dog in the street.
What?
You would think military stick together. They don't. Once you out, you out. Your true colors come back out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, some people, it's supposed to teach you some things. Everybody can't be taught.
Yeah.
Even hard, it's hard to teach a dog sometimes,
Right.
Like the shit and piss in the house. So same thing with people. You can't put it past nobody. I would say don't hope for the worst, but expect it or be prepared for it. One.
Yeah, be prepared. Hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst.
Yeah, man.
That's the motto.
Yes,
hope for the best, be prepared for the worst. I mean, what's your opinion on what's going on over there in the Middle East right now? You think we're gonna get dragged into that war?
We already in it, man. We've been fucking with Iran and for how long? Israel. How long we been fucking with this? This has been going on for a minute. But you remember the what was that? Was it a bombing here recently? No, it wasn't a bombing. It was they shot the guy that shot the people, them Jewish people outside of that they was coming from work or something. They shot the couple.
I heard about that. Yeah. I think was it a synagogue that
synagogue something? Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about that.
So when it comes to war, the thing that intrigues me, and this is why I signed up in the first place. In middle school, they was teaching us about Civil War. All right. High school, we started learning about World War I, World War II, and all that other shit, Gulf War, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kind of intrigued me. But at the same time, it's like, why come around people you got problems with?
Right. Oh, they say it happened at the Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. Yeah, but I did hear about that. I saw it on the news.
No.
Okay. Oh, hell no. Nah. Hell no. Nah. What? Okay, man. My thing is, how it's certain states, right, that no matter what, they are a blue state, right? I've been drinking a little bit, but I believe Republicans represent the red and the Democrats represent the blue.
That's right.
So my thing is, how do they dominate a state where constantly, no matter what, it's gonna stay blue, it's gonna stay Democrat? I just don't get it why the people of California they gotta be down with it or for that fuck shit because they keeping these motherfuckers in office. They keeping them in office. Now I'm hearing that in California, it's only a certain area where the votes really count. And that's how these motherfuckers are still staying in office. I don't know. But them some of the most craziest liberals, the left, that I ever seen. And they some anti-gun motherfuckers. I don't know if they really anti-gun. They just anti-having us have guns.
That's it. That's it. That's what I was saying earlier. They got guns. They just don't want us to have the guns too.
Exactly. Make it make
and that
sense.
right there, California don't even need to be on the map. I did a report back in 2016. My baby mama, I wrote her fucking report for her essay. She was in Anderson University in South Carolina. I did a report for her. She got A+ about the wildfires in California. California need to be sketched off. Good night California need to be just etched off the map. It's Californians out there, them tsunamis, the earthquakes and shit. Come on. Nah. Move that, shift it over. Just shift it in with a little bit, you know?
Right.
It's not a, I don't know, nothing against Californians. It's just, it's sketchy out there. It's sketchy. Liberals, see, sketchy. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
You can talk about it all day long, but when it come down to it, if somebody breaking in your fucking house, or as you say, kicking your motherfucking door at 3 o'clock in the morning, what you gonna do? You gonna want your Funky Town Center, your peace tool, your handy dandy send you to Funky Town if you think I'm playing with you tool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not a matter of if, it's gonna happen. It's when it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen there. It's gonna happen here. It's gonna happen there where you at. Unfortunately, it's gonna happen everywhere. This is part of it. We have to be prepared for this shit.
Yeah.
The problem is everybody think that preparedness is monetary. It ain't about who you can pay to protect you. It's not about that shit. You got people at the bottom of the totem pole. You got people all the way at the top with the chief of the Indian. It don't matter. Everybody got a fucking bow and arrow. The chief got his bow and arrow. The baby come out with one. All right? You know what I'm saying? So this is what everybody needs to understand. The lowest of the low can have them. The highest of the high can have them. The highest of the high just wish not to get their hands dirty because they probably scared to pull the trigger and don't want to fool with that nonsense or the repercussions. I'm the exact opposite. I'm a fire off, all right, in self-defense. And that is fine. But you ain't going to take me to court and fucking judge me for defending myself when if it was you would have did the same shit.
Yeah.
That's the battle we need to be fighting in these courts when we do defend ourselves in a self-defense situation.
Exactly. At least here in Michigan, we got the we have stand your ground. We have stand your ground, and we have the castle doctrine where we don't have to retreat. But they said they just passed the bill in Cali where somebody breaking your house, you got to run and leave your house. That's some bullshit right there, man. That's crazy.
Crazy as hell,
like,
man.
who is the motherfucker? Who is these motherfuckers that how could you even conceive that in your mind, in your brain, to come up with a stupid ass law like that and get the shit to pass?
Can you say it again?
That's telling me that they ain't got no love. They don't have no love for they fellow Californians. They don't have no love for them. If somebody breaking your house, and 9 out of 10, when somebody breaking in your house, they more than likely they gonna be armed. But you cannot.
This is real.
You got to run.
This real?
Yeah.
What's his name? Can you put it back on there? Because I was reading it. He said they had to retreat into the house. I was seeing some of it, but it went away. And that's the stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That's what made me want to move out there so I can do some shit that'll make the laws change. But I ain't no villain. We don't do that. We ain't no savages. I'll take care of me and mines. But it's sad that you can't even protect yourself and have a sense of peace at night when you lay in your head and your eyes is closed and you at your weakest.
Exactly.
And then somebody's kicking in your door. You can't even get up and you got to retreat. Hell to the no.
That's crazy. You see that shit?
That's an understatement. You have to retreat in your house. Wow.
And I heard of that law before too. It was in another state too, where it's they don't have no love for y'all. Y'all need to get them motherfuckers. Whoever that came up, the architect of that bill, they need to be locked up in jail somewhere. But obviously somebody voted for them. and somebody
somebody
voted
had to get him in.
to pass. So
I would say, hey, come to a free state, man. Honestly, at the end of the day, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We sit here and mind our business and protect our families, right?
Right.
Come to a free state. If you really just want to just say, hey, I'm tired of all these little blade looking things on the end of my rifle. You can't even, I don't see how to even hold it. And that's not for me to figure out.
And I ain't even trying to laugh at y'all like that, Callie, but I was just talking about that shit the other day. Even when they do, I'm surprised they let them have an AR-15 out there. But I've seen this shit, California compliant firearms. That motherfucker ain't even got a pistol grip on it. It's a fucking shark fin.
Shotgun. It's a
shark fin where you can't even
fin,
grip
and then they
that
got a shot like a shotgun stop like type
yeah,
deal on an AR.
Then, you know, on our shit, when it's time to reload, we just hit a button, a mag release button, and the mag drop, and we stick another mag in. They shit, man, you got to damn it. Nope, you got to disassemble, break the gun down just to reload it. What's the whole point? I get it. Okay, if it's a madman out there and you know he's trying to do his thing unaliving people, they want to make it where it's, you know what I'm saying? He got to break that gun down and reload it, and maybe in the time of him doing that, somebody can like tackle him or something. I get the concept behind it, but I think you would be better off if you had civilians, if you weren't so strict on your gun laws and so strict on people being able to get a concealed carry license. Somebody can put them down, like the crazy motherfucker. I forget what state it happened in, what city it happened in, but this motherfucker had a homemade flamethrower, and he was lighting people up. If one person at that wherever they was at, if one person would have been armed, they could have made a difference and put that bastard down. When you don't have a weapon, man, you at the mercy of the savage.
I ain't even gonna say that. When you don't have good guys with guns walking around, you ain't got nothing but bad guys with guns walking around. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Exactly. And
because you got me fucked up. You think I'm gonna walk out here naked? I don't look.
Every
I didn't
time
have to tell my kids don't even go to the mailbox at this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's bad.
Right. Every time when it's a mass unaliving, what you see, it's always people running, screaming, hiding, running for their life, man. And
nobody doing shit about
it. And I get it. Everybody want to live, but you got to protect yourself. You got to be able to defend yourself. Just don't be no sheep and just be, allow yourself put yourself in a situation where you're gonna be slaughtered because you don't have a gun to fight back, man. It's
just lay down, man. Who want to just lay down and just die?
Right.
But what? Life is beautiful. I love it. It's short as hell, but I love it. I want to enjoy what I got. You ain't gonna fuck around. You ain't gonna take me out. If you do, you better get me in my sleep or put something in my drink. You better poison me, motherfucker.
Right.
I'm to the point to where I'm not having it. And then it's not, you got to understand, I'm not here for me. I'm here for my family. I got kids. I want to see them grow up, and I want them to see how your family's supposed to be raised and protected.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's man, crazy times.
I feel bad too.
Look at this shit was happening in Illinois. And I remember that shit went down.
What caused this?
They passed that bill. Well, what happened was a couple of years ago, they had a parade in Illinois, man. And the city was not too far from Chicago. But remember when that motherfucker dressed up as a woman? He was in drag. And he went on top of the building. After that happened, they used that as an excuse to clamp down on 2A rights in Illinois. they used that. That was one of the pushing pivotal moments when they was like, well, we got to get more stricter on gun control, and they passed that bill.
For what? What? It's not the gun. Listen, I don't know who's listening, but I know they probably need to hear it. Stricter gun laws ain't gonna prevent fucking crime from happening. Period. If anything, it's gonna make them savages want them even more and try even harder to get them and figure out even more ways to get them, to where eventually the ways that they was able to stop them from getting them is they're gonna forget about that. It's gonna become obsolete, and then eventually they're gonna go back to that. It's a never ending cycle. It's a conundrum of just dysfunction. All right. But at the same time, if you able to legally to have a firearm, I want you to have one. If you're not supposed to have one, don't dig your hole any deeper. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. For me, you know, I look at people and I see, hey, you a felon? Okay, well, get your rights restored. You should have. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even have to go through that many hoops to be able to protect your family. They can make a law to where you got something and you can't carry it on your person, but you can have it in your house legally to protect your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Legally to protect your family. You might not be out with it if you're a convicted felon or not able to carry a firearm, but you can at least have one in your house to protect your home if somebody comes in to try to kill you. At the end of the day, you still should be able to do that. Call that the West B law. Tell them I said
it. You know what? Someone in my last live, it might have not been my last one, but it might have been the one before that, when they posed that question to me. They said they not allowed to possess a firearm. I forget what city he said he was from, and he was like, T, what advice would you give me? I'm like, you know, what do your life, do you value your life? Okay. So my answer to his question was, it would be better to be tried by 12 than to be carried by 6. You know what I'm saying? This is your life, and don't lose it because you're trying to follow some bullshit ass anti-gun politician law that got passed, a bill or something that got passed. And I'm not advocating bad guys because you're a felon. He didn't even say why he couldn't do it. So forgive me if I'm jumping ahead. But I'm just saying, in the case of a felon, people make mistakes in their life. They shouldn't have to pay the price for it, especially if it wasn't of violence or you ain't unalived nobody, or I'm telling you right now, when I got caught up with the law back in what was that, 05 or shit like that, and I could have caught a felony, and once when you, I'm not saying I could have got it. I guess I could have got it expunged, and they you know about what happened to me back in 05, right? When I got in little legal trouble because I was trying to go to work that night, and I had
security guard, I
was security, and I was trying to go to work that night, and I got flicked by the police and stuff, and my gun wasn't supposed to be loaded because I didn't have the CCW license, the CPL or whatever. They probably was calling it CCW back then because what they charged me with was CCW violation, even though I was in my uniform and I had made it to the parking lot of the CVS that I was going to do security for. That cop didn't give a fuck, man. He didn't give a fuck. So I learned right there, and get your shit straight, do things the right way, stop trying to take shortcuts. I had to hold myself accountable for my fuck ups, and that way let them pull me over now in a traffic stop or whatever, for whatever reason. I got my license, I got everything I need,
right on.
But people
good to go.
People do make mistakes, And I think that they shouldn't be penalized. I think it should be a second chance, depending on the violation or the crime that was committed. You should have a second chance, even if they make a law where maybe a year or two, 3, 4 years go by, you can apply for it. Your rights can be restored. But fuck all that. That night when me and my girl went to the gas station at 2 something in the morning because we wanted some snacks, and we got followed home by these savages, man, that we both knew was up to no good. Man, I felt helpless because I didn't have no gun on me, and I knew when they was following us in that truck, in that SUV, I was just thinking any second they can jump out with guns, man. And I had to do my little trickery and shit and fool them and make them think I had a gun. And they stopped. I went back to my crib because I said, fuck this. I ain't about to be driving around the city. These motherfuckers, they own us. They telling us. They following us.
Mm-hmm.
So I act like I had a gun, and they didn't want to jump out on me. But right after that incident, the only gun I had at that time was that big ass CZ Scorpion. Man, I was driving around with my motherfucking Scorpion. If I get, that's the chance I took.
Fuck it. Say less. You do what you do. You do what you got to do.
2 weeks later, I got my Glock 19. That was the first Glock I ever owned. I said, I'll never get caught like that again. Because when you leave out of the house here, especially in my city, ain't no guarantee you're going to make it back. People was dying over the most stupidest, dumbest
dumb shit, right? Crazy, ain't it?
Dumb shit.
It be the younger kids, man. Now I'm gonna ask you a question, Unc. How do we reach the younger generation? Because we done been there and done that. I'm about to be 40. You might think I'm older than I am. I'm 38. I'm about to be 40. But I done been through enough to get me to this point to where now I know better. So how do we talk to this younger generation to knock that dust off their heads, to wake them up so they can know better too? Because I kid you not, I beat my son ass today in the parking lot, out in the open, in the Goodwill. I told you this earlier on the phone, right?
No,
I whooped his ass. I didn't tell you. Oh, well, I whooped his Father's Day. I don't want to give ass whooping on Father's Day.
Right.
I whooped his ass. Right. We at the Goodwill. We giving donations, right?
Right.
I told him twice already today. And I'm not no gangbanger. I don't do that saggy pants. You ain't gonna see me. I only wear boxers. I wear briefs. My shit come down halfway to my knee. I don't wear no tighty whities, but they briefs.
Yeah.
He about to be in some tighty whities. Fuck them boxes. If I got to see your plaid red and black drawers, and you got your little chain on, and you got your little pick in your head, you know what vibe that's giving me? Little gangbanging wannabe nigga ass vibes. So you know what I did? I whooped his ass, and I told him twice. I said, Caden, if I see your drawers again today, I'm gonna fuck you up. So I whooped his ass. I told him. Hey, he had 2 chances. Second time I didn't say nothing. The third time he got his butt whooped in the parking lot of the Goodwill, because I'm that man that's gonna set my son up for success and not for failure. You're not gonna be out here in the streets, all right? Right. Because I couldn't guarantee you. I don't care how old he get, he never gonna be more street than me. I done been there and done that. All right. So that's not gonna happen. You gonna pick yourself up like a young man and carry yourself as such and be successful and do what you need to do. I was retired at 29. I did what I needed to do. So I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you sit up here and fuck yourself up. You know what I'm saying, kid?
Right.
I can't see my kids being bad kids, man. I know it's influences out there, but it falls on us as parents to keep them kids as kids and not to expose them to so much shit, because that's where they go wrong. They get exposed to this, that, and the other. Next thing you know, they rolling up too. Mom, let me roll that for you. I got you. Pops, hey, let me bust that down for you. No, what the fuck are you doing? Take your ass to school, nigga. Get an education, go to college, do something. Stop being a product of your environment and a product of your parents and your cousins, aunties, and all that stuff, man. It falls on us as parents to instill the discipline in these children, especially as men. Being that it's a little late Father's Day, it falls on us to keep our men in check, our young men in check. Right? We keep our young men in check. They stop doing stupid shit. They start being wanted by women, other than having dreads or a nice car or whatever. They focus on who you are as a person. Right. If you got a good head on your shoulders. They don't give a fuck about what you got or what you ain't got. But nowadays, everybody's so stuck on stupid. that
Yeah.
they
My,
fixed on.
you know, to answer your question, I would tell them the same thing I would tell my son, you know, stay focused, man. It's so many, it's so easily to get distracted and get caught up in all of the wrong things. And it's so, like my dad used to tell me, it's so easy to get in trouble, but hard to get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you have to just stay focused on the right track. But see, some of them you're not gonna reach because they so far gone. They be ready to cuss you out or gun you down now if you try to talk to them and steer them in the right direction. You know, they gonna think you're corny. And I was a teenager at one point in my life, and it was, you know, my father used to have to, hey, you know, man, he'd grab that motherfucking belt, and you know, he had to do what he had to do, because when before he grabbed that belt, man, I didn't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? But with that belt, he got shit, he got his respect. That's the way we came up. But it's like
nowadays ain't
with the liberals and all this shit, you can't even do spankings no more without them, you know, going to jail now. You can't do shit. You can't.
No.
Man.
Yes, you can.
I remember, look. I remember when I was in school, you did something bad, man, your ass
paddle
off to the principal office.
And that paddle with the holes in that motherfucker.
Yeah, that motherfucker will pull that damn thick ass wooden paddle out with holes in it, make you stick your damn hand out, and depending on what you did, how many strikes your ass was gonna get, man.
And one time is all it took for to get paddled. I got paddled once in middle school. I got paddled in middle school once. One time. That was it.
Right.
I told the teacher. I thought she had a cute butt. She told my ass up. My butt wasn't cute. After that, it was red. She was a Caucasian lady. She was cute as Miss Price. That was named Miss Price. Oh, fine ass. Let me see her on the street today.
Things were a lot better back then, but you can't do, you know, you do some shit like that now. They jobs is gone. You know, it's just the way of the world, and it's crazy, man. I pray for our youth every night, man, because they're
not gonna know shit.
World.
They ain't gonna know shit, man. I mean, ain't nobody out there teaching their kids how to fucking change oil and tires and shit no more, work on cars and shit, spark plugs, human language and things like that. Ain't nobody doing that. But at the same time, families ain't staying together like they used to back in the day either. And I'm not gonna blame it from no broken home. I'm not gonna blame it on that. I got 3 daddies, as a matter of fact. I got 4 now, if you wanna count. All right, so you can't blame it on that, because my mother and my father were never together. But I have a great relationship with my father. That's my best friend. I text him today. We talk about Father's Day things, talking about the movie and everything. So I got my biological father. I have my ex-stepfather. My mother and him were married for 11 years. I have the current man that my mother is married to. He's a Caucasian guy. Okay, that's her choice. That's fine. All right. And then I also have my old lady's father that I consider a father too. Yeah. He called me, see, what's up, son? Hey, what's up, Pop? So I got 4 father figures in my life. I'll be damned if I'm going to let my sons fail. That's not happening. We got the support system. We got the men that's going to make sure that our young boys become grown men. Right. Who don't fall into the loophole of despair and not having, so you turn to running the streets with your friends. We're not doing that. Everybody don't have it like that.
Right. Exactly.
But I'm here. I'll make the best of it.
Right. That's all we can do, is just, whatever situation we may find ourselves in, make the best of it, man. And I try not to get caught up in all of the bullshit and drama and all of the hype and all that shit, man. I'm low key at the end of the day, man. I pretty much stick to my motherfucking self and stay out the way, man. Just don't fuck with me. Don't try to harm my family, and you know, and we all good. I ain't fucking with you, so don't fuck with me.
That's it. And we gotta keep the guns out of politics, man, because you gotta remember, man, it's people, like I was saying earlier, it's people on both sides that don't agree with having firearms and people arming themselves, but at the same time, they would want that if it hit the fan, they would need it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't understand the whole mindset of not wanting us to protect ourselves. And I'm gonna be honest with you, America, we're probably the most dangerous country in this world. Fuck all this other shit. You talking about all these? You gotta understand how big America is. All right, you gotta remember how big America is. Every household. Okay, I can type it. We can break it down. Let's say it's 100 houses in America. Only 50 of them got guns. But out of that 50, out of that 100, only 50 of them got guns. Out of them 50 houses, you got about 3 or 4 guns per house. So fuck that other 50 houses that don't have guns. We got multiple. We got enough to cover them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. It's too easy to do the right thing. And at the end of the day, there's no reason for somebody to be a felon or charged with a crime or whatever the case may be that they can't have a firearm in their own home. I think that is a must, and that is a God-given privilege to protect yourself in your dwelling, in your house. Because if somebody come kick your fucking shit in, regardless of if you a fucking felon, you should be legally allowed to defend yourself in your own home.
Right.
West B said that. Make that the West B law. Thank you.
Exactly. Do what you got to do at the end of the day.
For real, man. I don't give a fuck if you got a damn BB gun, man. Pop them in the eye. Do something. But now they ain't gonna do shit. But for real, you gotta have something. Just because you a felon or I don't care, man. Everybody should be able to protect themselves at the end of the day. Period. You can't tell me no. Okay, you can't have this. You can't protect yourself. What you want me to just let somebody run off with my daughter? I'm supposed to just let such and such run them off and throw them in her van and sex traffic her? Hell to the no. Right. I'm on the van. I'm on the back of the van holding on like this, shooting through the back window. I'm on it. All right. You're not taking my daughter nowhere, my boy. We all you taking me too. You will be a package deal. I'm holding on. All right. You better hope I'm not on the windshield either. Because that's gonna make it even worse. Shit all over that and smear. You hit them wet wipers if you want, you're gonna crash. We all gonna die. We all dying. Fuck that. You can't take mine, yo.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy, you know, just from being in the service, man, meeting all these different people. I was stationed in El Paso for a little while.
So let me ask you this, nephew, if you're comfortable talking about it, and I'm not saying you got to go into detail, but were you ever deployed into like a theater of war? I mean, you ain't got to go into details. Like, did you ever see you know,
overseas war, combat, things like that?
Yeah, combat. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. My job was CONUS.
I've been wanting to ask you this, but I just, I didn't know whether you was ready to talk about it or comfortable. So,
don't worry about my MOS, but just know I was CONUS and I was stateside. I was CONUS, but I was stationed in Washington, D.C. a couple years at a time on 2 separate occasions. Outside the Pentagon. Damn, I can't say all this. Never mind. Some defended assets. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
All right. And we'll leave it at that. All right. But security clearance, everything, secret security clearance, all that stuff. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It was lovely. But there's a lot that I can't talk about, especially on a live on YouTube and things like that. Now I got awards I can show you. Have you ever heard of now this is something I can tell you about. Ever heard of because people they don't realize that Border Patrol has been going on long before this. You heard of something called Task Force Yuma?
No, I never heard of that.
All right. Well, whoever's on the live, y'all, when y'all get a chance, type in Task Force Yuma, YUMA, out of Yuma, Arizona. And I was a part of that, doing that. That was Border Patrol.
Okay.
I did that. That was back in like 06, 07. So it's been happening for border. The border has always been secure. The border has never not been secure.
Right.
I can't make this up. I got a fucking award at the house. I ain't brought everything over here. I got a ward at the house. Task Force Yuma. The border has always been secured. The thing about it is, okay, prime example. Prime example. How you think cocaine getting in the country? Because we definitely not fucking growing it. All right, then. Oh, you waiting on me to? All right, then. Well, that's all I'm gonna say. That's probably all I'm entitled to say. But trust and believe that government ain't what they say they is, man. Okay, all right. Certain things come through, certain things can't. If it ain't heavy enough, it ain't coming through. If you ain't light, if you little light, you ain't coming through. Okay, like I said, we don't grow no fucking cocaine in America. All right, it's America.
Right.
All right. Doing border patrol. Like I said, I did it. Task Force Yuma out of Yuma, Arizona. Come on. All right. You'll see a lot of things, man. You see shit floating down. You got the little levees and shit between the two. Everybody know what's in that.
Right.
You know, everybody knows what's in there. I think we on my site, we might have caught 12 in one night just on my site, but we were stationed like half a mile apart. So every half a mile, you got checkpoints.
Okay.
Okay. So, but this was before that border wall. This was before all that wall shit. This was 06. So this is back in the day, border patrol. Right. We out there in K5 Blazers, the green Army Blazers, the two-door Blazers with tents on the border. We did this. All right. It's been up there. It's been in place. It's just when he got in office, when President Trump got in office the first time, that's when he implemented the wall. Right. Ain't no need for all of us to be there no more. Right. Every half a mile. The wall is longer than a motherfucker, yo. I wish my damn dick was that long. I throw it on my baby mama. Hey, bitch, I miss you. And then reel it back in one of the garden hose things. But no, it's a lot going on that people really don't look it up. Yeah, it's all the way legit. Yeah, Task Force Yuma. Yes, sir, Willie. Appreciate you, bro. I did that. I was out there, man. My early years in the military, because I graduated in 05, so that was 06. Okay. That was immediately after I got in. As soon as I got in, I went straight to Border Patrol.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know, still don't know a lick of Spanish.
You was never deployed overseas like Iraq.
Overseas, none of that stuff. My stuff is CONUS. If you look up online, you can look up CONUS, and then you can look up OCONUS. CONUS, CONUS. Continental United States. OCONUS, outside the continental United States. Okay, This ain't secret information. You can Google this shit, and it'll tell you what CONUS means and OCONUS means. Okay, and even if it was secret, I'm out the military, so my security clearance ain't valid anyway. All right, so I can tell you stuff. I'm not gonna tell you something I can't tell you, obviously. But you know, they ain't gonna come knocking on my door. But I ain't gonna have them shut your live down, nothing like that. But yeah, when you think about it, man, it's been happening for a long time. I haven't been overseas, and at this point, I probably don't want to go overseas. I'm just dead ass. I don't like to fly anyway. I'll drive from here to Maine if I need to. I'm not fucking driving. I'm not going. I ain't getting on no planes, man. Dropping like flies.
Is crazy right now. You feel me? I just can't see myself. You gonna have to knock me out if I'm on a plane. Then I know you heard about the plane that crashed in India a few days ago.
And only one survivor.
Yeah, only one survivor out of what? Almost 300 people.
God's fly swatter just missed him by a hair. And I don't understand it, man. But it's not for us to understand. But at the same time, this is it, T. This is life, Unc. We gonna die. We are gonna die. We have been dying since the day we were born. You know? Right. And it's sad. It's just how you go. We are all in control of how we go. But a lot of people, they get down in the dumps. They think that life is just a never ending pit of sorrow. No, you have to see the good side of it. God saw fit for you to have the gift of life in the first place.
Right.
Come on, at least appreciate that.
I got a question for you. Like, when you were in the military, what's the most kick-ass, bad-ass, funky town sender you ever laid your hands on?
Ooh, 249.
Let me say this before. What branch of the military you was in, if you don't mind?
Army.
Okay, and what's
that
the
249 saw?
Funky Town?
That 249.
240. You talking about that saw?
249. Yes, sir. That's all. That's all.
Ooh.
That's it, man.
Ooh.
That's all. That's all, man. That's all. That's it. Fuck that 240 Bravo. The 240 B. That's all. That 249.
Yeah. You can send some motherfuckers to Funky Town with that.
And still be sending them to the Funky Town after that Funky Town with that.
Damn.
That's a bad motherfucker, yo. That's belt fed.
So
that belt fed motherfucker, yo.
Did you ever hold a grenade in your hand and like throw one or like?
Yep, we had to do
so
that.
So how was that? What was that like? Like, cause I never, you know, we us some regulars. You don't know what that feels like.
Basic training. Okay, so that's easy. Take you to the training course first. Okay. If anybody want to join the military, do it before you fucking 34 years old. Do it before you 30. Do it in your 20s. If you 30, don't do it. If you at 29 and got 1 month before you turn 30, do that shit. Because I promise you're gonna love it. We threw grenade practice pit, right?
Okay.
Guy died when
these are live grenades, right? Not the dummy grenades, live grenades, right?
Wait, no, at the pit. At the practice pit, dummy grenades. Okay. At the live dummy, we on the ground. It's just like a log. You just roll over. Boom, teach you how to pull the pin, put your arm out, whatever, throw, blah, blah, blah.
So it's a certain way you have to throw it. It's a certain way you got to toss it or something.
No.
So you got to do it with a stiff arm.
No. Throw the shit out of it, because when you pull that pin, it's gonna blow up. We had a guy die in a grenade pit when I was at basic.
Oh, rest in peace.
It's two safeties. It's really three safeties. That third safety is the handle. Okay, when you let it go, that's the third safety. So you got two safeties on the pin. That other pin, that one pin that you see people pull, and then let it go. That's the second safety. It's one before that.
Shit.
It's one before that. So you can even pull the pin out, because think about it. It makes sense. Why would you be walking around with grenades on you and that pin gets snagged and you can just pull it out and the next you know you just blow the fuck up? So that's the pin is the second safety. That third safety, when you let it go, when you let that lever go on the back of that grenade, that's your third safety. Once that bitch goes off, the grenade going off, you done. You cooked.
So how many seconds or minutes it take before that bitch blow up? Before it explodes?
It's been so long. I can't tell you that. I can't.
But it's a short. It's a pretty much a short period of time. Well, right?
It's cooking. It's cooking. You got to throw it. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you something. I was at basic. This was in 06. Okay. I signed my contract in 05. Remember, I was still 17. September. I turned 18 in September. I left what, December, something like that, whatever. Anyway, January, whatever, February, March, whatever. I'm at basic training. I'm at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Okay, we in the fucking snow. Basic training toss 2. That's it. Got it. 4 seconds. Thank you, Theon. Thank you. 44th. Salute.
Damn, 4 seconds.
44th. I'm only a 5th degree, but 44th. I see you. I salute you. But anyway, look. So, dude dropped the grenade in the grenade pit. So it's a square. Okay. It's a square cube. It's like a cubicle, concrete. Then you got another small cube, solid in the middle, but you can walk around it. Okay, you can walk around that cube inside of that grenade pit. Drill sergeant walks in. He's got his grenades like this. He's got them on this like this. And he's walking in like this. And he's gonna hand you your shit, okay? And then he gonna do his shit. He pulls his, he does it, and he push you down, and then it's your turn to do it. This nigga dropped the grenade when the drill sergeant handed it to him.
Oh,
drill sergeant. Okay, so you know how I said it's got that concrete thing inside of the pit?
Yeah.
Inside, so you got the concrete walls outside and protecting from this side and this side, like a lane, like just like the range.
Right.
It's basically a range, but concrete, okay? But it's like shit. It's like chest. It's like between chest and neck high. You can barely see over the top. This nigga dropped a fucking grenade, yo. The drill sergeant jumped and rolled over the backside of that square block that was in the grenade booth with them, and the dude died. The basic trainee died. The soldier died. He was eating nothing. Didn't even make it through basic. Died right there in the grenade pit. Dropped the grenade. Didn't know what to do. He stood there panicking. Boom. Got him. Got him. Drill sergeant got relieved of his duty. It happens, man. It happens. That's nothing.
Damn.
See, I promise that's nothing. You know how many times, and this is why I pick CONUS. They ask me what job I, because your job depends on how high you score on that ASVAB test. Okay? Your job is going to depend on that. Whatever job you get in the military is going to depend on that. Your basic training ain't got shit to do with your job that you picked in the military. All right? So him throwing that grenade, his job might have been, he might have been in paperwork. He might have been had an office job, or he might have just been in the motor pool. He might not have been a soldier out there fighting and no shit. He might not even had the need to know how to throw a fucking grenade. But it happens. Mistakes happen. We ain't perfect. Just and you got to remember, basic training, that's where you learn how to be a soldier.
Yeah.
You know? So it wasn't his fault. That falls on that drill sergeant's fault. If anything, that drill sergeant should have jumped on that grenade or at least tried to throw it over the wall. He didn't do shit. He said, fuck that. And he dove over the other side of the concrete and was like, I ain't dying.
Right. Wow.
Yep. Fucked him up. Blew his ass up. Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Blew that nigga up.
Wow.
But,
that's crazy.
You know, but you see, this is why I am pretty much the way I am now. You got to remember, I'm coming out of high school seeing shit like this. Yeah. So 20 years later, you know, I'm 18 then. 20 years later, I'm 38. And fuck it. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm going through the motions at this point. When you get to the point in your life to where you just see so much shit, to where you just don't give a fuck, and you just say, all right, as long as it ain't fucking with me, I'm cool. Then that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, wrong is wrong, right is right, but life is life. We all was blessed with it. We all got to live it. I can't live for him. He can't live for me.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Regardless of what we believe in, as long as we all believe in protecting ourselves and keeping the faith, man, that's all I'm with, man. Yeah. That's it. You know, we got to live that good life, man.
Yeah.
Salute to you, because I got high blood pressure. You know, I'm tired of taking pills. I want to get to a point to where I'm so stress-free and carefree to where I ain't got to do that no more. I'm already feeling better. Hell, I just drank a glass of wine. I ain't had a drink in what? I'm looking over there at her like she awake, like she gonna tell me how long it's been. But it's been some months, man. It's been some months, and I'm kicking. You know, I'm kicking, and I'm loving it. You know, I'm loving it.
I salute you, nephew. You know, I salute you.
It's hard up, but I'm loving it. It's hard, but I salute you too, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah. You know, so let me ask you this then. So you said that 249 Salt was your favorite Funky Town Sender 2 when you was in the service.
That's it. But the only bad part about it, they made us shoot it sitting down because it had the legs on it, the bipod on it.
Yeah.
So we had to shoot it laying down. That was the only bad part. But I mean, I've shot missiles, Stinger missiles, 50 cals. 50 cal. You got to push the buttons, the paddle. Yeah, I've shot all that shit.
Wow.
50 cal too hard to control. You have to look, a 50 cal machine gun is so hard to fucking control. You have to put so much of a lead on your target here, but you got to be aiming way ahead of it for the bullets to even hit. It's not even worth it.
Wow.
Unless that target ain't moving, unless it's just sitting there stationary, you can light it up all day long. But even then, it's still hard. The recoil ain't no joke.
Well,
I've shot Stinger missiles and all that stuff too.
Oh shit! I was about to ask you about the bazooka, the law thing.
The law. Yep, I actually got one. I got one. It's suspended, but I got the case. Dang. Okay. You know what? Next time, when I go back home, I'll get it. I'm gonna take a picture of show to you.
Okay. Green. Oh man,
it's got the little flip up sight on it and everything. Yeah. It's dope. It's dope. I got it. I got the whole suspended shell and everything. It's dope. I got that. I've got an IR window from the Stinger missile that I was shooting out when I was out in Oro Grande, New Mexico. I got the actual IR window from the missile and everything. Oh yeah, what's up, 556? Appreciate you.
So, you know, I already know the answer because you don't told me numerous times, but I want you to tell me why you don't really care for 223556. And you say your favorite. You told me, no, correct me if I'm wrong, that you like the 7.62, the AK platform or that caliber over the 5.56 223.
It can be any 7.62. It's the difference in the caliber size of that damn bullet for me. Stopping power. You hear, you know, you got
Yeah.
people when you meet people in the military, excuse me, regardless of what you do, we got a buddy system. We check in on each other. I got niggas that I ain't seen in fucking years since I was in, and I still talk to them. And I haven't met them since they my A1s. And we talk, we check in, we hang out. Memorial Days is sad, man.
Yeah.
Memorial Days is always sad, man. We stopping power. Stopping power. It's the stopping power. That's it, man. 30 calibers is where it's at. You know,
Yeah.
you can hit somebody with something with a 5.56 or a 223. It's like shooting with a 22, especially at a distance. You have to remember, up close, everything is gonna kill you. But at a distance,
yeah.
But at a distance, it's like it's nothing. It's like you getting hit with a fucking, I wouldn't even say 22.
I've heard stories. I've heard stories from like Somalia and like Iraq, where if the enemy soldier had on body armor or
they keep moving.
Yeah, they don't drop them right away, especially if they hopped up on drugs. If they hide,
they don't do shit.
It's just punching holes in them,
going
in
shit.
and out. And they preferred the AK, the 7.62, because that would it's the stopping power. You right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, we talking about 300 yards plus, still punching through walls and still killing the target with body armor on.
Dang.
We ain't talking about 5.56 and 223 who's punching through walls but hitting a target and it ain't doing nothing, or barely making it through the walls.
Right.
Man, it's times where I wish I had picked a different MOS, but if I didn't, I wouldn't be here to tell these stories now. So I'm glad that I can say what I'm saying, because the stories that I done heard, man, the pictures that I done seen, the niggas that I done lost. Dang. It's like, come on, yo. That ain't what we signed up for. But you really don't know what you signed up for when you join the military. That's what I want anybody and everybody to take away from this. You don't never know what you're signing up for. I'm gonna say be flexible. Be flexible. You can start doing one thing, end up doing something else. I started doing one thing and was doing fucking border patrol. All right, that's not what my MOS wasn't that. That's not what I signed up for. I did not sign up for border patrol, but the unit that I was assigned to, that's what they was doing at the time. So we all got trained up. I still can't speak fucking Spanish, you know.
Man.
But I love it. Shooting them guns, man. Traveling the country, love it, man. I've been so many places I wouldn't have been able to see.
Right.
You know, and the gun, as far as the gun side, they go. If you're not into firearms, you will be by the time you get the fuck out. You gonna shoot. They make you shoot. But see, what I don't like about the military ranges is, what I don't like about the military, and that's getting back with that ammo, man. I know I'm a great shot. All right, but the targets, they flip up. All right, and you have to shoot them. But once again, 5.56 223, them targets are generic targets. Sometimes them ammos be light loads, and you'll hit your target, but it just won't go down. The guy, the instructor, will be behind you. Hit it again. You can go down, hit it again. Why do I have to hit it again? We limited on ammo to qualify. We limited on how many rounds we got. So why am I wasting? Because they'll tell you when to change. And if you run out of ammo before it's time for you to change, you lost a couple targets and you gonna lose some points on that motherfucker too.
Right. So
that was fun, you know. It was all fun and dandy or whatever, but at the same time, that was annoying, man, because you can be a great shot. We got guys we had law enforcement guys I went to basic training with.
Okay.
Law enforcement guys wasn't even passing the qualifications for shooting. That's how different the training standards and requirements were for law enforcement versus the military.
Okay.
They would stand with their feet, on the pistol range, left foot, right foot, wide base, about shoulder length apart.
Okay.
Nope. Military, we stand at 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot back. Same thing with our rifle. Same stance. It's
right.
Just
that's the stance
posture, upper body. Same thing.
Right.
Law enforcement, they was wide open, like down like that. Like they were drawing down on the target. You gonna draw down, this target's gonna flip up for about 5 seconds and gonna go back down. You got time to do this. And then the target then gone down. Army Ballistics, Army Ballistics, I know. Army go take anything to sign up. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Mona. Yeah, they do that, man. They get you in there. That's all they do. They get you in to see where they can fit you. And then next thing you know, you're changing jobs, man. But I was stationed in DC.
So let me ask you this: was your primary rapping the M4? Because that's like, us civilians, we got the AR-15, but I think in the Army, I believe it's the M4, right? What they had like in Iraq and Afghanistan, the main battle rifle.
M9 Beretta. That was mine.
Wait a minute, hold on. You said an M9 Beretta? You talking about a handgun?
Yes, sir. That was mine. That was it. Drop leg holster, right side. It had a couple extra magazine pouches on it too. I was ready. That was it.
So you didn't have a long gun. You didn't have a rifle.
What I'm gonna need it for? I was in DC. I'm watching DC. We don't need that. Shit. Don't need it in Washington DC. Hell, it's as many MPs as the shit. The DC police. They didn't need it. Didn't need it. And then we also had to leave our firearms on site too, at the job site. So we couldn't really take them off. So that was our duty weapon. We got to the job site, strapped it on.
Nephew, you tell me this. I know you were surgical with that motherfucker, right?
Precise. I'm gonna tell you how precise I was. I bought a fucking Taurus. I bought a Taurus with a PT92. It's like the clone, right?
Yeah.
I had that thing for about a week. Got rid of it. It even had the little lanyard strap at the bottom to bring your little string through.
Yeah.
Got rid of it. It wasn't nothing on that Beretta, man. It wasn't nothing on that Beretta. It broke down exactly the same. Same gun.
Go out and get a Beretta. You're gonna make me want to go out and get a Beretta.
Go for it.
Please do. You think they shoot better than Glock?
Well, I got my Glock 19 right here, so I'm just saying I can't afford no Beretta. I ain't got no. I'm just to say I ain't got no Beretta, but nah. I mean, yeah, they shoot better than Glock. It's surgical. That's
what though.
I'm gonna tell you
what. When I went to the range for the first time, not to interrupt you, but when I went to the range for the first time, it was like in 2005 or something like that when I was going for my CCW training, right? And it started us off with a 22 and like a revolver at that. So we shot like I think it was like a 22 long rifle, and then it might have been a 38. Then when we moved from the revolvers, we went into the semi-autos. And it was a SIG. I can't tell you what model it was, but it was a SIG sour. And man, that was the most smoothest. It was a 9mm. That was the most smoothest like handgun that I've ever shot in my life. And I'm surprised that I don't have a SIG handgun. I got a SIG MPX, which is, man, it shoot better than the MP5. But
I got two SIG.
Go ahead and finish.
I got the SIG. I got the SP 2022, and I got the, what is it? It's the baby one. The P. What is this? I don't shoot it. Hell, I just got a Ruger. I'm looking over there like I can see through it, through the safe. Ruger LCP in 380. Okay. So my SIG is I got the SP 2022. That's a 9mm. That thing is smooth. That SIG P320, the one that's going off on everybody or whatever. I ain't got that one. It ain't that one. It's the other one. It's
Right.
another one.
Okay.
So anyway, I got a couple. They nice. They feel good in the hand. But I would tell you like this: as far as Beretta goes, I can tell you like this. For me, my sweet spot, yes sir, it is. My sweet spot is the Beretta M9, specifically because it ain't no 1911, it ain't no Glock. If they had a baby, pow, Beretta M9 just fell out the damn magazine well, and just that was it. 226. That's it. 226. Yep. 226 and 380. I think is it at 226? Let me look it up. I'm not getting my keys. In the living room.
Right. So that was
yeah, that's it.
It made me want to get one of them SIG, handguns now.
I would say that's it. No, 365. That's it. That's it. 365. That's it. CP 365. That's it. Yep, that's it. Thank you, 556. Thank you so much, man. Because my keys is out there on the damn hook at the front door.
Okay.
Over there. Thank you so much. Yep, 365, right. 380. Love it. Great gun. It's a little bigger than the fucking Ruger LCP, but it's a great gun. I'm talking about walking around the house in your drawers, going to the mailbox in your drawers.
Yeah.
Going to the grocery store in your drawers, walking the dog in your drawers, do anything in your drawers and put that 365 on you and you straight.
Yeah.
Walk around in your drawers. I promise they'll think it's your dick, not the pistol. I promise. Because that motherfucker is that. It's just perfect. It's the perfect size. Like,
wow. So it's like the size of a 19, Glock 19, same size. It's compact, like
smaller.
So it's like 26.
Thinner. And mine got the optic cut, if I'm not mistaken. It got the optic cut on it too. For like an R bar or something like that. But I'm not gonna do that. I like mine, and I don't even carry the Ruger LCP. I carry the SIG more. It's the only 2 380s I got, but I carry them on ankle holster. And I'm right-handed, but I carry on the inside of my left foot.
Okay.
Because it makes no sense to reach to the outside. Naturally, your hand's gonna fall. If, like, say you driving your car, you sitting in church or something, you reach down the inside of your left foot.
Yeah.
Pull it out. That's it. Outside, people gonna see it. It's gonna print. At least the grip is a little bit inside. The inside of the left foot, if you're a right hand, it's perfect. Inside of your right foot, if you're a left hand, it'd be perfect for that side. That's just me. And then in church, I carry in church. I don't see why more people don't, but I guarantee you, I go to church in the hood and we have a communion. Somebody walk up in there thinking we taking shots and they want to get some. We not having that. So
you gotta be armed wherever,
everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? Man. Everywhere. You got to be armed, man. When the devil gonna pounce the first chance he get when you least expect it. You have to stay armed. We living in a wicked world where shit can go down anytime, any place, anywhere. And I ain't talking about that damn Janet Jackson song. You hear me? So you got to be ready 24/7, savage ready 24/7, because you just never know when the devil got you lined up. You ain't got to go looking for trouble. Trouble will go looking for you. And when it finds you, you better be ready for it, because this is your life. This is your family that's on the line right now. You can't depend on nobody else to be your knight in shining armor to come to your rescue. You got to be your own first responder. You have to. And I don't get it why some people have that concept. And I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. Everybody, you can't expect everybody to be a you, if that makes sense, and over the years, there's been Gun Freak Nation members that have, heard me out and decided to go buy a gun. And I remember one in particular, and I hope she's still around. She's like, T, you right. I went out and purchased my first firearm, but I am scared of it. I'm nervous, and I'm like, look, you you gotta make it to a point to where you're comfortable with that gun. I mean, go to the range, and if that don't, make you feel more confident, or know, I'm pretty sure it's firearm safety classes that you can take, because it's a tool. You have to look at it like a hammer or whatever. It's a tool that was designed to save your life. Because if somebody break in on you and you don't have a gun, but they got one, then that it's you at their mercy, and you probably gonna die a painful, torturous death. So take the fight back to them. Go out, get you a gun, because get you a gun so you can have a fighting chance. That's what I'm saying. It gives you that fighting chance. So she reached out to me, and I was just, look, if you watching this and you still watching me, I love you, sis. I hope you get comfortable with it, because them savages, once they get a hold to you and get the drop on you, they not gonna make sure you comfortable when they do them horrible things that they're gonna do to you. And I hate that with a passion. So you need to be armed up, so if the shit happens, you can defend yourself the proper way and send they funky asses to Funky Town.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna add on to that. I'm gonna elaborate on that. I look at firearms as offensive tools all day long. All right, offense. That being said, don't buy a gun to go out and do stupid shit. All right, you buy your weapon. I'm sorry, I don't really think I say weapon. You don't buy a weapon to go do stupid. You buy your weapon to use in a defensive situation. That being said, you have to train with that weapon. Okay, you train to that weapon to get good enough to where it is your offensive weapon. So when trouble comes to you, you're not going for defense. Defense is always, for me, that's a negative thing. You always want to be on the offense. But when you see that threat, you make sure that threat don't see you. Or if that threat threatens you, you make sure that threat don't threaten nothing else. Okay? That's it. That's your tool. That is your weapon. It's not just a gun or a firearm. It is a weapon. You use it accordingly. If somebody comes kicking your door in as Uncle be preaching, listen to this man. You know what he's talking about. Don't wait to be no victim. Don't have to go on a defense. You already be in that offensive mindset. You grab your shit. You want to come? You want to bring it on my turf? Okay, come on. Now you here with me. I cut the lights out on your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's it. You better hope you got some lights on your shit. People that them thugs that's kicking them savages, that's kicking in guns, kicking in doors and shit, robbing places. They not robbing. They're not juicing up their guns and weapons and shit with silencers and lights and worrying about none of that. They just got something that shoots projectiles. We spend money on our firearms. Our weapons have a purpose. Our weapons are so purposeful that when trouble comes, we go on the offense. We're not defending ourselves. Because I promise you, you shoot at me, that's it. Period. It's not. I'm not on defense. I'm offensive now. Now it's me coming after you because you.
Yes. This
defense versus offense. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Defense versus offense. You got to pick your battles. You want to be a victim, or you want to live to tell your story and tell your grandkids how you had to shoot a motherfucker in the ass because he's trying to shoot you in the ass. Like, well, what happened, Grandpa? Well, what happened was I shot him first. You can't do that. You have to stick around and be here for your people. People love you. We are here for a reason. Everybody that is on this fucking earth is walking because God has breathed life into our bodies. For whatever reason, there's some stupid motherfuckers out here that's forgetting the point that life is a privilege and it can be took just like that. It can be took just like that. when you think that somebody is going to be defensive when at the same time it's offense on offense at this point. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn it into offense on defense. All right. Because my squad is here. Okay. I got everything I need to lay it down. I got everything I need to push this way to move forward. All right. Ain't nobody backing me against no wall in no corner. This is America. I wasn't born yesterday. I was born 87, and I'll send a fucking savage to heaven. I'll leave it at that. That's it.
Oh,
we'll leave that there.
Yeah.
Send a savage straight to heaven. I'm not with that.
In your collection that you have, what's your favorite? Like your number one? Like, say if the other ones had to go, which I know you ain't gonna say on none of them motherfuckers, but I'm just saying, what's your top number one favorite? And I know that's like when I had a bunch of guns, I'm like, I can't do that. That's like picking a child. I if I had multiple children, I only have one, but I couldn't pick one over the other. Me personally, I couldn't do that. So I'm just saying, like in your collection right now, your gun collection, which is the one that, oh, this is it. This is my go-to right here. This is my do-it-all in one, my all-time favorite.
That's a no-brainer. I thought about it. I was like, wow. Like, I just had an epiphany just now. Oh, you probably weren't watching me, but Gustavo, man. It's my M70 all day. It's that M70 all day. I don't know if people realize it, but that M70 come with a rail mount, and I got a red dot on mine. I love it. All right. I picked that. I mean, I've got 308, 300 blackout. Don't have no 5.56. You ain't got no 5.56. No 223 nothing. I'm sorry. 300 blackout. I got 7.62 AR pistols. Shotguns, handguns, out of everything. It's that M70 that's exhaustible. Only reason is because it's just the longevity and the reliability of that 7.62. That AK, man, that AK is like, it's like a tank. Yeah. All right. Nothing against AR-15s. I have several. I have 3 ARs. I got 3 AR fucking 15s, but I'll grab that AK-47 before I grab one of them AR-15s. Wow. Dead ass. Yeah. All right. Now one of them is in 308. That's a big boy. Right. Now I got a new one. I ain't got that big one no more. I got the light. I got the S4, the Ruger S4 308. It's light. It's hella light. I ain't got that big pretty one no more. This one is all black. It's ugly. It's plain, but it's light. Right. I ain't walking around with fucking damn 12 pounds of fucking damn gun. Just gun. Not the fucking ammo. Just the gun. You know, fuck that shit. M70 is the shit hit the fan. Go to. No, M70 is, it could be a fly that's buzzing too loud, or it could be devil and his wife that came up out the ground and she wanted to give me a hot and steamy upsy downsy. Anywhere from here to here, that's a style that's gonna cover it. It's gonna cover all that shit. Everything. It's a plethora. It's a 7.62 by 39. You know, I love the 7.62 by 51. I love it. Love it. But it's too heavy. Ain't nobody carrying all that ammo. You gotta be fucked up. Right. I carry 5.56 or 223 before I carry that shit, yo. Ain't nobody carrying all that. But the AK, but the about 39 is fine. Yeah. You know, I love it, man. I ain't gonna front. I don't see why America didn't admit the AK. I don't see why it's so simple. It's so fucking simple. If I had to pick between the two, it's got to be the AK, because it's just that 7.62 is just so brutal, you know, and that's what you want to have when you up in a fight for your life. You know, you won't. Hey, you don't want to run. Be yeah. You got to worry about bolts breaking and none of that stuff. None of that. Hold on, let me show you this. Hold on, favorite ammo. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Thank you for that support, Tim. Hey, get you one. Get you an AK. Get you an AK. You can't go wrong. I know I probably can't show no firearm. I can show ammo on the live.
You can show ammo on the live. You just can't show firearms. Basically, you can show them, but you can't have them in your hand. You cannot have firearms in your hand, but anything else, if it's like I got guns in the background right now on my wall, but if I was to go pick one of them up and hold it in my hand, they gonna end the live and probably try to take the channel. Yeah, probably take the channel down or at least give me a strike or something. So, but ammo is cool. I think ammo is cool.
Man, because I don't want to do it like that. I don't want to chance it though. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you got a box or something, you can't get no strike for showing a box or anything. It's not like we ain't out here promoting nothing or whatever, or because YouTube don't got strict on this 2A shit on guns and all that.
Yeah, I know I'm with it. Hold on, let me pull one of these up. What the fuck is it? It's a what was his name? Dang, I forgot his name. The guy commented on what kind of ammo.
Tim.
Tim. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up so I can show him the picture of it.
Yeah, I got some Wolf and Tula too for my in 7.62.
And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right.
I love it. You know, it eats that fucking Sterling. That's what it is. So it's a Sterling 7.62x39. All right. Bellum 7.62. Okay, yeah. Willie B. I'm with you, Willie. So the thing about the Sterling ammo, it's you see how, so this is 7.62x39. You see how shiny this is? So this is like a mix between brass and steel. All right. Okay. It really is still steel. It's just a high polished steel. So it feeds better. All right. So it feeds way better. So this is damn near like shooting brass. This is damn near like shooting brass through your whatever 7.62.
That's clean.
I shoot this. Oh yeah, they nice. Sterling is nice ammo. I shoot this through my pistol. Okay. I got a pistol that's chambered in I had that reticle that's in 7.62x39. Okay. And I did put that Law Tactical folder on it, but the folder itself is like $280 shipped.
Yeah.
I was shit my ass. I want to send it back. But it's only got a 10.5-inch barrel, so I throw it in the book bag, and I'm in the woods. We in the woods all day. We in the country of Georgia.
It was almost $300 for that SB tactical brace for that Mac 5. I got that motherfucker was like $289, man.
I fucking believe it, man.
Yeah.
I fucking believe it, yo. Shit, ammo. Look, ammo has went up. Parts and accessories have went up, and also the firearms themselves have went up. And I'm like, what the hell? Look, I shit you not. Gun Freak Nation. Does anybody have an SKS? If anybody has one, go ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
we appreciate you, bro.
Nephew. My nephew had a SK. This had to be back in like 2008, 2009. And I said, damn, that looked like an AK. But I'm like, no, it ain't no AK. It's called a SK. And man, it was nice. It was nice. I paid
$200 for one. That was my first rifle. $200 back in like 08. So right around that same time, they was cheap. Yeah, it was cheap. They was covered in cosmoline. They didn't come with the bayonets, none of that shit. They had the slots in them. Yeah, they didn't come with them, but they was cheap, man. Right. I wish I never got rid of that shit, bro. Can't find them now. I seen one on Arms List for $700. I said $700 for what? It's an SKS. It only hold 10. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Yeah, $300 SK. Yeah, them things run, man. SKSs run, man. They are now. That's like the Taurus of 7.62x39s. That SKS, but it'll run. Right. Good luck moving.
I remember back in the day. AKs used to be fairly, cheap, man, and they don't went up on the prices.
Shit, everybody making them now. Well,
Yeah.
I'm tell you what stopped it. They'd already been making them, but they didn't get popular until the rap songs came. The Dracos, they already been popular.
Yeah.
You know how long Draco been popular, right?
We got one right there on the wall, right there.
I'm
right
looking,
there,
I see it,
right
boy.
there.
Looking good,
Right
looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good back there, boy. Where you get that gun rack? You made that? Where you bought it?
I got that motherfucker off of Amazon, man.
For real?
I got that off of Amazon.
I'm trying to look behind you.
It was only you can get that, you can get that and see what it is. This house got some fucked up ass walls that you can't find the studs in them. So I couldn't
hold shit, right?
So this thing right here, it took me maybe 10 to 15 minutes to assemble it. And you could just lean that motherfucker up against your wall, and you got I started to order like 2 more of them, and I'm like, nah, that's that's overdoing it, But yeah, it's I always had wanted one, and they got them on Amazon. You can get that for under $100 right now.
Send me the link, man, when you get a chance.
I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link.
It's Father's Day. I ain't get never Father's Day, but some salty ass chicken, salty baked chicken. That's all right. But I ate it. It was good. Right. I'll be laughing over it. but no. I'm thankful, man. I'm grateful. I'm still above the ground. I got people that love me, and it's just life is life, man.
Yeah, life
gotta be, man.
You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs, but you just can't get caught by them savage ass clowns. You feel me? And you just gotta stay righteous, and just be ready to defend yourself when that time comes. Because I say that, I've been over the years, I've been called everything in the books, especially fearmonger. I'm fearmongering and stuff. And the life that I lived, well, I didn't live it, but just growing up in my hood, witnessing the violence and all of the unaliving and stuff, man. Mm-hmm. And then, you still see this shit is happening to this day. And I get tired of it. I'm like, every time when I see something on the news, man, I'm like, if only that person could have been savage ready, could have, would have had a gun, maybe they could have made a difference, and maybe they would still be here. That's all I talk about. Why would people, saying I'm using scare tactics for what? How's it benefiting me? No, it's going to benefit you to go out and get armed, so that way you will not be a future victim. At least it gives you a chance to fight back. If you love your family, you got kids, you love your family, you got loved ones, don't you want to be in a position to protect them in the time of an emergency? And what's going on in this world, man, where terrorist cells can be activated at any moment, and they can do an October 7th style attack. You got to be ready. And that's just hypothetically. I'm saying how I grew up, man, it was home invasions. And I'm talking about they just wasn't coming in there to take your valuables. They was just doing horrible things to the people that, they had their guns to their head, and you didn't have a chance but to comply or die. But how about you have your own gun and you can repel them damn demons when they break up in your house? Mm-hmm. So if that's fear mongering, telling people to get armed, then hey, I call it what let it be what it be. But I'm going to continue to do what God put into me, poured into me.
That's it.
Spread the word, to spread the message. Because I've had people, T, you a violent. I'm not violent. I'm anti-violence, but I don't have a problem utilizing violence against evil violence that's coming to me. I'm not messing with nobody. I'm minding my own business. Why you want to get in my door and fuck with me now?
Now you got to go on the offense.
a lesson has to be taught.
Mm-hmm. That's it. You got to go on the offense sometimes. You hit the nail on the head, man. Don't wait till it's too late. Whoever, I would say, go buy a gun in the morning as soon as you get the fuck up, man. If you're able to, if you're legally able to, go. If you don't have one, go get one. You have to. You don't call nobody else to come protect you. Ain't nobody else gonna be able to do it like you can do it. You have to. Yeah. You got to stick to your guns, man. I mean, put your foot down and say, hell to the nah. This ain't happening. If anything, I'm gonna make sure it happens my way instead. So you have to go on the offense when somebody presents you with a problem. When somebody comes with you and they threaten your life and it's life or death, you do whatever you have to do to make sure it ain't you and it's them. Exactly. And make sure that it's them to where that they can't hurt nobody else.
Right.
I mean, not coming back. I mean, do it. You have to defend yourself. I'm just dead ass. I'm saying just do it. Do it.
Threat. Do what you got to do to make it back home. Make it back home. You got to do what you got to do. You know, because
they're not worried about us.
A whole lot of idiots out there that is hot-headed and they trigger happy. And if you encounter one of them and y'all, start exchanging, hot words or whatnot, and it becomes a confrontation. Walk the fuck away.
And that's a grown-up move. You got to know when to walk away, right? You got to know when to walk away, especially knowing what you're capable of.
Yeah,
especially knowing what you're capable of. Don't even worry about it, man.
Exactly. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. And people who gonna out asshole each other, next thing you know, man, it's resolved through some type of violence. And it, mainly talking about gun violence. And it's sad when somebody is no longer here over something so stupid, something so dumb, something so minimalistic, just you don't took it there from 0 to 100
for no reason at all.
For no reason at all, man, when you can just walk away. Because you gonna minute that you let your intelligence, your emotions overrule your intelligence, you gonna make a decision that you're gonna later regret, whether you in prison or whether you being unalive, or you have to unalive somebody. That's still your life. So walk away. It ain't worth it at the end of the day. Walk away with your life. Walk away with your freedom and walk back into the lives of the people that do love you. You got too much to lose out here in this crazy world. You got too much to lose. And shit can go down and happen at any time. And you just gotta be ready at all times. You got to be ready. But I love you, nephew. You hear me? I ain't trying to keep you up all night.
It's America. I love you too. It's America. I love you too. I still got some unpacking to do, so I ain't even worried about it. I ain't doing nothing tomorrow, but I'm still unpacking. It's boxes. Look, box right here. Box right here. Still boxes. We got. Yep, the police showed up. That's right, Dennis. That's not their duty. Their duty is not to protect you. Their duty is to de-escalate situations, and if they can't, their duty is to detain.
Right.
That's it. That's it. Detain and arrest or de-escalate. That's it.
And let's just be honest, they're not gonna be there if somebody do decide to kick in your door. What's the odds of them being right around the corner or nearby and they stop it, So you got that. I learned that a long time ago from my dad. You gotta have a gun. Wherever we live, wherever we laid our head, my father either had a shotgun, rifle, or a handgun. He knew what time it was. He knew you needed that. That was essential. We was in hood, and I get it. Everybody don't think that way, but like I say, I remember the first time when I heard about somebody getting unalive. It was a fish shop right there on Schaefer, and it was off of Schaefer and Grand River. And my parents used to take me there all the time because my father and my mom, they loved catfish. So they would I always go there to this fish shop that was right there off of Grand River on Schaefer Highway. And I remember we walking up in there, and it looked like a little diner, man. You know, it had the, you know how you got the counter, the long ass counter with the stools that's built into the floor, and we would sit on the stool, and the guy would be like, "What you ordering?" And they would get the usual catfish. They love catfish. He'd get it out of some water or something, man. And then he'll open up these big ass like bowls or something, and he'd dip it in there, and then he'd drop it in some hot ass grease, and then maybe like 5 or 6 minutes later, they got some golden brown, crispy ass catfish, and you put them in the little white containers, and they might get some sides, and mom and dad will be fucking that shit up, man. They fuck that shit up. But I remember that day, I saw my dad, and he was looking sad, man, and that's when, you know, he was like, he was just straight up with me. He was like, shit, we can't get our fish no more. You know, they somebody went into the fish shop, robbed that guy, and after they got the money, I guess they didn't want to leave no witnesses, and they took that guy's life, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
At the fish shop? At the fish shop?
At the fish shop.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fry some fish tomorrow in his honor, because you got me wanting some fucking catfish now. But I'm gonna
fry it in his honor. Had my lady, we had some fish yesterday, because this is Monday morning now, but she cooked some cod with some salad. Man, delicious, man. And we
never had cod.
We ain't even use no fish crack this time, because we usually get the fish crack from the store, man. She got some regular cornmeal, put her spices and shit in there.
That's it,
man. Like,
see, and I'm the same way. That's what she like. Now I use flour. See, I don't know if you noticed. This is a little old school trick. I fry my fish like I fry my chicken. All right. What? So I showed the fuck dude. I use some all-purpose flour. I use some canola oil, because I try to be healthy. It's still fried, but it's canola oil or peanut oil one. Yeah. And use flour, and you season the shit out of it just like you do your chicken. Okay. But you got to make sure. But see, with fish, you can put a little bit more seasoning, but don't be too heavy on it. Just a tad, a smidge more. Right. It's not gonna soak up the seasoning like chicken do or pork do. That fish is mainly just gonna be on the skin. You just want your skin to be nice and crispy and flavorful. You're gonna put some hot sauce on, or some cheese or something on a sandwich anyway. Yeah. But yeah, flour, and then I use Cavender's Greek. That Greek seasoning. Yeah. Man, telling you. She don't want me to use no fish fry. I don't use fish fry. I don't use Adaran, none of fish fry, none of that shit. Can't use it. Can't. She ain't nobody gonna eat it. Don't nobody like it. When you make it from scratch on your own, you gotta try that cod. You never had cod? You gotta never, try bro. That cod. Yeah. You gotta try that cod. I'm gonna get on that, man. I still like catfish nuggets, but that cod, I've had perch, I've had salmon, cod, catfish nuggets, but my favorite right now currently is that cod, man. It's just something about the flavor. It's thick and it's flaky. Nah, it ain't flaky. That kind of flaky? Not to me. Not to me. What you mean by flaky? Like, is it like whiting or something? Like, what would you compare cod to? Oh man, I've had whiting too. Shit, I can't really compare it to no other fish like perch or something, like, because why I like it, it's real thick. You know, it's real meaty, it's thick, and it's just real delicious, man. Especially when she cooked that motherfucker in that deep fry, man. Shit, I had about 3 pieces with some salad. Man, I'm full now. I got you. Later on, I might hit up another one. I went fishing. This was May the 7th. Let's say May 7th at the top. I don't know if you can see it, but you see the fish? Oh yeah, that's the catfish there. That big one. See, that's May 7th. Say May 7th. So this was last month. I went out and got me a few, just a little something, you know, just eat, just nibble on, you know, out here, but there's lakes and stuff.
Right.
You know,
Oh, you caught that?
Yeah, I keep a fishing pole in my truck. I'll pull on the side of the road in a minute, man. I got my fishing license. Everything's digital now, Uncle T. Everything's digital, man. I don't even have a hard copy. I got the digital on the DNR website on the phone, on the app. So there's no reason for you to not even get a fishing license. You go in there and pay $12 instead. You ain't got to go to the store no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a whitefish. Okay, that's what I was asking. Whitefish. All right, do something. Got you. I like your profile picture, dude. That was like orange roofie. Is it roofie or roughy?
I ain't never heard of that.
Me either. Where that's at? Where you from, Gerald?
I never heard of
Alabama.
Do
some. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Gerald.
I never heard of that.
The sound. I'm gonna look it up.
Roofie fish before.
I eat everything, man. You know that shit. If it comes out of the water, they say you're supposed to be able to eat it. You know.
Right. Yeah.
I be eating calamari and all that extra stuff. Probably don't need it.
So when is you gonna you still gonna head this way sometime in the near future, nephew?
Most definitely. I gotta let things die down first. And honestly, I ain't got my camera. Look, I ain't got my cameras. We just moved in. What, Friday?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, just started moving Friday. So we only 2 days in and we ain't unpacked or nothing.
Okay.
Let me let things settle down. I ain't got my camera set up yet. That's why I'm so on alert. Like this
man, that motherfucker looking nice though. I'm looking at that big ass TV. Look like you in a big ass master bedroom with the built-in.
This is it. I got my little swivel chair. I'm chilling. So we over here. Yeah, look. Yeah, big. Got the big headboard with the cabinets up there at the top. Wow. It's still stuff in the corner and everything. We just got some unpacking to do.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's all right.
Nice. Wow.
It's all right, man. It's I hate that this is neighborhood. It's a lot of gang activity around here.
Oh,
and with the kids, that's like I said, that's why I whooped his ass in the damn parking lot in the grocery store earlier, man. Like, you don't walk around here with you got this little chain on. Your chain got a cross on it, so they know you ain't about shit. You know, you gonna start praying first. I'm just saying, when I was a kid, like I'm just saying, I wear my chain be tucked, my cross be tucked in. Like I know God is on, he close to my heart.
Right.
He walking around like, come on, little guy. He 13, so I can't say nothing to him. He trying to find his way. You know, he 13. Man, you don't pull up your damn pants while I put you tighty whities in your drawer. We ain't doing that around here. You ain't about to have
you got to be hard on them, especially while they still young. Though you got to be that way. You got to be that
depending on where you living at too.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially where you living at.
Role model.
All them outside influences, they gonna play a part.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's why you got to stay on them. You got to stay on them. You know.
Yeah.
You know, my father, he was honest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of them, when they got grown and went out in the world, you know, some of my brothers, you know, they did good. Some of them chose to not do so good. You know, I don't judge them. You know, rest in peace to them. But
rest in peace.
You know, you only can do so much at the end of the day. You know, once they grown, man, shit. You know, it is what it is. You know, but you know the choices that was made. I can't blame my parents for it because they did their part. You know, once when you grown or whatever, or even before you get grown, if you still don't want to listen, you a hardhead. But my father was like, shit, if that's it, then you got to get the fuck on. You got to, hey, I pay, you know, I pay the cost to be the boss up in this motherfucker. Ain't no kid about the boss man. I'm not your best fucking friend.
That's the problem. Everybody, the kids think that the parents are their friends. No, I'm your parent first. I'm your father first. If I'd have known that it was this how it was gonna be, I'd have pulled out if he was gonna be like this. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm to the point where you tighten up, or I'm gonna tighten you up because now you here, now you with me, you stuck, and you gonna make sure that you do what you're supposed to do. Because if you ain't gonna make sure, I'm gonna police it behind you. But the name of the game is to get them to where they don't have to be policed up behind. They can police it behind themselves. They keep themselves in check. They keep themselves in order and do the right thing even when nobody's watching. The sense of integrity that kids lack at such a young age, it's beyond my comprehension. But I still think that need to be stopped. Yep, I'm the same way. Do something. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I lost my. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Oh, salute to your father. Much respect, praise, and salute for the sacrifice that he made, man. Because it wasn't for him, hell, for all I know, I probably wouldn't even join. You know, so he might have been the ones that got me in there. So I thank you for your father's service, man.
Right.
And happy belated Memorial Day to you. Do something.
Yeah.
But I you know, I'm not trying to be their friend, you know, and that's fine, and I'm cool with them, and I talk to them before I discipline them. That's the thing. You got to communicate with these kids because they listen and they see everything is at their fingertips now. They pay attention. You know, when we was growing up, we didn't have nothing to lose the focus. Hell, we cried when we got whoopings. I'm whooping asses, and these kids ain't even crying no more. And I'm about 210. I'm a nice size. You know, I'm reaching all the way back. I reached back to 1999 one day and came down, and it was like that's it. Shit, if it was me, I'd have been singing Prince back when somebody hit me that goddamn hard. That motherfucking belt. These kids nowadays, they built different.
Yeah. So, nephew, let me ask you this. War done broke out right here in this country. The terrorist cells have activated. These motherfuckers going door to door trying to unalive. So they don't made it to your house. What's your next move, nephew? I know you about to make me hella proud of you.
Yeah, you elaborate a little bit more. Do I know they coming? Do I see them on the camera? Am I sitting in the living room chilling, or I'm in bed? It's the middle of the day, middle of the night. You gotta let me know because different situations call for different firearms. You know what I'm saying? I can grab something with a light. I can grab something without a light.
You know about it because it's been reported all over the news, but they don't made their way to your neighborhood. The police is they don't been overran, and they just having a way going door to door, trying to it's a mass casualty event because that's what these new terrorist attacks be. It ain't about hostages no more. It's about unaliving as many people as they can. You know, it's a score count. So now they at your front porch and you got about 25, 30, 40 savages. What's your next move?
You said the police, the whole law enforcement then failed. I wouldn't rely on that anyway. You said all that. All right.
Ain't no collapse. It's at that point, it's every man for himself.
You say they savages, they coming in to get me?
They coming in to get you, and your family.
Yeah. I'll tell my family, hey, y'all go in the back. Y'all, they know where they need to go here in this where we at now. They go to their safe space, and I'll be in my place. And I'll sit there and wait on them to come through the door, and I'll just take them off one by one. That's it. That's me. I'm not going out confronting shit. Y'all want me? You come up in here, you gonna get me. You gonna fuck around and find the fuck out. I'm not going out there looking for problems. All right. I'm not hanging out no window, but I promise you the cameras. But you said if the police system failed and the internet probably ain't got no Wi-Fi, the cameras probably ain't working.
Right.
So fuck it. Hey, y'all go to windows, board up. I only got 3 windows to board up on this side of the house. That's another thing. And that's why I told her to take that rug out the hallway. I say, if I'm in here sleep at night, I need to hear somebody's footsteps coming down this hallway. Take the rug out.
Oh, wow. See, I never would have thought of that. Nephew, wow. You dropping some jams right now. That's strategic. Wow. Nephew, you still there? Cause you don't froze. Shit. I hope we ain't talk this situation into reality, into existence. What the fuck? Nephews. I hope you didn't have to send nobody to Funky Town. Nephew. Yeah, I don't know what happened, y'all. he'll either text me, call me, or jump back in, you know. But I appreciate every single one of y'all for, you know, tuning in. And you know, thank you. You know, once again, Rest B, where you at? You know, I'm pretty sure his internet his internet probably jumped off. You know, hopefully he'll be back. Anyway, Gun Freak Nation, I am about to turn up over on the other channel and finish working on some of these beats and stuff. I'm getting Gun Freak Nation music, Gun Freak music is coming soon. All right, I'm about to jump back in that, and I love you, Gun Freak Nation. You know, we've been on for over 2 hours, so you know. Anybody got any questions for me before I jump off? Hope West B is okay. I think it's just his internet, you know, fucked up. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, you know, sometimes when your internet is you know, cut off, it's just gonna knock you off. That's probably what happened. But yeah, I'm about to go over here to the other channel, Life with TNV, y'all. You know, thank you for you know, tuning in. And hell, I might even go live again on the main channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm on my MacBook Pro now, but I'll probably go live because I'm on my MacBook Pro because it just works better with the StreamYard, even though I can do StreamYard on the iPad. But I might just hit the live button. Oh, okay, he back. Nephew, are you good? Nephew, can you hear me? Nephew. Nephew's, you know, is having some technical difficulties, y'all. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to jump off and let me see. I'm about to jump off. Listen, I want y'all to stay armed. I want you to stay responsible with your firearms. You know, stay righteous. And most importantly, when that savage try you, send his ass to Funky Town. I'm probably gonna go live from the iPad. You know, the camera a little bit better on the iPad. All right. Anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. Much love to you. Thank you for stopping by. You could be anywhere on this planet doing whatever, but you choose to spend your time here in the Gun Freak Nation. This is the hey man, here, this is the no judgment zone here. We don't give a fuck what, you know, religion, race, sex. It don't fucking matter, man. What matters is what's in your heart, being a righteous person, doing all of the right things, having love for one another, you know, protecting your family and being the best version of yourself that you can be. That's what we represent here. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do nothing that's going to make somebody feel some type of way. I'm not about dividing people and none of that. You ain't going to never, you know, hear me go in on the Democrats no more because a lot of my people that watch this is Democrat and they own guns. So I was wrong for that. And all that bullshit I said, I was talking about mainly the liberals, the left. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between the two. That's that motherfucker that just, if I don't get my way, I'm gonna stir up some shit and start some riots and all that and shit, or I'm gonna have a certain demographic of people thinking crazy, thinking a certain way, and it ain't really, you really being lied to and manipulated. You really being used as a pawn to get votes. You know, you should be tired of people blowing smoke up your ass, telling you they're gonna do this and do that. And when they get in the office or whatever they get the votes to get, you know, to the office that they're trying to get in. They don't do shit for you. So a lot of people don't get fed up with this same old shit. Democrats been doing that shit for forever, man. To the point to where you talk bad against them, you got somebody ready to, you know, to unalive you, fight you. So it ain't. I'm just tired of it, you know. Nephew.
Yo,
Nephew's
I'm
back.
back.
What's up?
Man, that was my internet. Yeah, man. We just got the router today, and it's a router and a modem in one from Xfinity, so it's kind of wonky.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but it's working. It's doing its thing, I guess. But I forgot what we was talking about, man. I was hearing you preaching. You know, y'all, he ain't lying, man. We out here doing what's right. You know, it's the people that's doing wrong that need to be dealt with. And I'm telling you once again, I'm not a defensive man. I'm on the offense. If you come to me with some bullshit,
yeah,
you gonna expect it back, but it's gonna be tenfold. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, you know, I've been through enough, you know, in the 12 years of meeting people and traveling this country to say that I've done enough. And I'm fine. If I die tomorrow, I'd be completely fine. If I die in my sleep tonight, I'm fine. You know, I wear for my kids and the people that care about me. But as far as me, I'm fine. At 38, I'm at 38 years old, I'm fine saying if I die tomorrow, I'm great. I'm fine because I have lived my life. I've done what I needed to do. There's plenty of room to do more things, but I'm gonna tell you what I didn't do. I ain't leave no bad taste in nobody's mouth. And that makes me feel good because I put more good out than bad. And you do that, you have to do that in the sense of being well-rounded.
Yeah.
You can't just be a protector and a provider. You also got to work on the car. You got to discipline the kids when it's time. You got to make sure that ain't nobody fucking with your family. You got to fix shit when they break the shit.
Right.
I've been hanging pictures all day. My hands feel like trash. I feel like my dog. I got a pit. He's a pit bull and bull mastiff. Rocky. He's a big ass. I feel like he's been chewing on my hands all day. That's how they feel. Just from working, man. But you got to do it all. You can't stop. Yeah. I'm tired of shit. Tired of shit. You know, but I'm not even sleepy because I know as soon as we hang up, I still got 2 more pictures to hang out there. 2.
Oh shit.
2 more big ass pictures to hang in the living room. Wow. And it sounds easy. It's easy. It's nothing. It's part of being a man. We make them sacrifices. But when it comes to family and the people that you love, you do what you have to do without people having to tell you to do it. It's like it's instinct. I ain't gonna say second. It ain't second to nothing. It's immediate. It's a first instinct. It's immediate. It's not your second instinct. Your first instinct should always be your first, man.
Right.
Yeah. Salute to you, Willie, out there, OG Big 40. I see you, bro. Yeah, man. I'm old, man. I got an old soul. People keep telling me that. And that's why I am the way I am.
Yeah.
You know, you go through so much, man. Eventually you get to a point where you just say, you know what? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But if that's not what I want it to be, I can make it what I want it to be. I'm in control of the outcomes that I want in my life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wake up, man. As men, we grown men. We men. Our women are strong too. But now it's like the women are stronger than the men. And I'm like, when the fuck did this happen? Nothing against it. I love a strong woman. I got a strong woman. Got a back like a T-Rex. That's how strong she. Little arms like she this strong. Like I'm like, all right, you got it. You got it. You can't reach it because your arms are short. Let me reach it for you, T-Rex arms. See, they strong, but they still need us. We can let them be strong. That's fine. I love my strong ass woman. But you know what I also love? I love the fact that she leans on me when she needs me, and she is still feminine and still a woman, and she don't really, you know, she play tough, but that ain't really who she is. And if she hit the fan, she coming to me for protection and support. And I love that. Yeah. It's nothing like, I'm not gonna say being needed, but fulfilling your purpose.
Right. Yep.
There's nothing like fulfilling your purpose as a man. I'm not gonna say being needed as a man, but fulfilling your purpose as a man, that's what they try to take from us, man.
Yeah.
They trying to strip that from us, our manhood, wanting us to protect ourselves and stand up for our values and our religious beliefs.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I keep going back to where I've been. I'm not that person no more. I apologize to my little brother the other day. He's 2 years younger than me. I apologize to him for being how mean I used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to be known as, oh, that don't fuck with that nigga. Don't fuck with him. I don't want to be known as that. No, I love people. I don't meet no strangers.
Right.
It's just I carry myself a certain way, and I'm not mad. I don't regret shit.
Well, let me ask you this.
I just want everybody to be happy with themselves too.
Right. When did you first run across my channel, and what was it that made you like the content so much that you adopted me as your uncle? You know,
all right. Too easy. T. Before I even commented, messaged, anything, I want to say I've seen at least 100 of your videos, man. But I didn't really understand what you were talking about because I wasn't there yet. You know, I finally got there because of my own personal experiences.
right.
And then I could relate to what the fuck you were saying. So once again, when I said earlier, when I said don't wait, I said go get that shit tomorrow. You might be hearing this or seeing this video, but not be on the same page or level at the same point that we are. But go get your shit tomorrow because you're gonna need it eventually.
Yeah.
And then when you do need it, then come back and look at some of these videos and you'll see why we were saying what we were saying.
Right.
All right. That's it, man. That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I've seen videos. I've seen you. Saw you popping up in my feed left and right because I'm pulling up gun shit, gun content. I'm getting into firearms. Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. Gun Freak Nation. Gun freak. I didn't know what it meant to be a fucking gun freak. Now I got tons of guns. I'm a freaky gun freak at this point. You know? Yeah. I'm talking about me and my babies. We be laying in the bed together sometimes. Shit. Love it, man. Love my guns. I love my fucking guns.
Yeah.
I love my guns to the point to where I love them so much and I know that I need them for protection because I'm not relying on anybody else to protect me. And I'm definitely not relying on anybody else to protect my family because my family relies on me to protect them.
Amen.
They relying on me to protect them. So how I'm relying on somebody else to protect me? That don't make no sense.
Right.
So when I became a gun freak and I was looking around, I look at all these. I love them. Got my family liking them too. My boys, I'm gonna get them on some 22s here shortly. One of them 13, but about 2 more years. I give them 2 more years. I'm gonna put them on the 22. All right, and then the youngest, shit, he 9, so he gonna take a minute. But anyway, it's just you have to do this. You have to instill these things in your children young, and it's not all about firearms. It's not all about firearms. It's the simple. It's about self-defense and protecting yourself and your loved ones. You don't have to have no firearm to protect your self-defense of your loved ones. You don't have to have one, but it's definitely recommended. You can do it other ways. I wouldn't recommend those. The end all do all is that if you can do this, you can do this. So that's the end. That's it for me. Fuck all that. I'm not doing that. I'm not holding nobody's hand. And I'm preaching and instilling in these kids. Hey, somebody fuck with you, you make sure they don't fuck with nobody else ever again. And I'm done with that. You can say self-defense. Don't put your hands on nobody. Don't go out your way to make nobody's life harder than it already is. Yeah. You defend yourself. You keep your head down. You mind your business. That's it. Stay out the way, man. Stay out. I tell my kids, stay the fuck out the way. Stay out the way. Just what they got going on, mind your business. Don't worry about them. Just make sure it's not affecting you. And I had to tell these to the kids, you know, but you got to do this at this young age because if not, they're going to grow up. We're going to grow up fucking up. Oh, wow. Damn. All right. Damn, Willie was on you all day. I ain't mad at it, Willie B. Demon. I ain't mad at it, Willie. Look,
Man, I remember
we all here now.
I remember when Yoki only had like 20,000 subscribers, and why I fuck with Yoke. I remember Yoke. This had to be like 2022 or something like that. I remember coming like the first time I came across one of her videos. I saw the thumbnail and I was attracted to the thumbnail, right? Because I saw a very beautiful woman. And I clicked on it and she was taking a Draco into the mall. I remember that. I clearly remember that video and watching it. I said, you know what? She dope as fuck. I said, let me watch another video. So that's it was like maybe like 3 years ago when I first encountered one of her videos. And then the crazy thing is, like, the next day I uploaded a video to my channel. Guess who commented on it? And I'm like, it was Yoki. I don't know how she found me, but she did. I'm like, wait a minute. I looked at the little thumbnail on the comment. I'm like, that's Yoki Sturb. I was just watching her videos the other day. She only had like 20,000 back then, but I'm saying I've never seen such a phenomenon before for somebody to get that many subscribers. She got 20,000 her first month on YouTube. You know, she get a lot of hate and all that. Fuck them haters. Do what you do because you a trailblazer. I've never seen somebody that ascend that fucking fast and that high. Because I remember back in the day when I first started, like, moving over to like the gun shit, because my channel originally was like a beat making channel where I was making beats and shit.
I looked at your old videos. I remember that shit.
Yeah. So when I got that Glock 19 and I did an unboxing video and the views, I was like, oh shit, this is what people like and whatever. And I'm like, I was like really heavily into guns then. And I only had that one gun. I believe it was that Glock 19. But like back then, I'm talking like 2017, 2018. Before all that, before you know what I'm talking about. Like the biggest female back then was shit. As far as like a gun tuber, do y'all remember who the biggest female was back then? I know. Do you remember, nephew?
No, I don't.
Her name is 32 Icon. And I remember she had 60,000 subscribers. Because I remember when she had only maybe like 30 or 40,000, and all of a sudden, like during 2020, and then when all I got to do is just say 2020, and everybody know what I'm talking about. Because YouTube, they'd strike the channel if you say COVID. They gave me a strike. But oh
yeah, I know her. I'm subscribed to her. Yeah, I know her. I'm subscribed to her. Light skin.
Yeah. So he was the first that happened to be of color, African American, black, and she, it was like 60,000, and I'm like, wow, that shit blew me away. That was like one of the biggest channels that I knew of, especially for it to be a woman. But then when Yoke came, like the next year or whatnot, I ain't never seen nothing like it. All I can say is that she cool as fuck. And I wish her well. I'm the one that I told her in one of the comments. I'm like, watch, you gonna hit 1 million in no time. And that's when she had just hit 100,000. You know what I'm saying? And it's like anybody that want to do this YouTube shit, man, it's like everybody got their journey. We all headed to the same destination. Some people get there a lot faster. Some people gonna get there, slower. You know what I'm saying? But we still headed at the we still got the same destination. We all want to grow our channels, Right. We don't want to be stagnant or whatever, even though I know for a fact I'm being shadow banned. I know I am, it is what it is. but I appreciate and I'm very grateful for the people, for all of the people that do rock with me, that are part of Gun Freak Nation, people like you. You know what I'm saying? And the people who, respect me to the point to where they, call me Unc. Not just because I'm an old motherfucker, but they really do care about me. You know what I'm saying? They really do. And that in itself, I'm so thankful. And just, it's a blessing. My life, the way I came up, the things that, I've been through, to have so many people appreciate me, you know, sometimes I find myself questioning, the Most High, like, what did I do that was so special to deserve people that just, for whatever reason, they are attracted to my personality, man.
Right.
And I'm just forever thankful, and I appreciate every single one of y'all, even my haters that watch. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate nobody, and I ain't definitely trying to divide nobody. That's why I'm gonna stay out of all this politics shit. I'm gonna still keep it 100 and voice my opinion, but I'm not gonna take it to the far to where I'm trying to make somebody feel some type of way. That's not my intention. I'm just trying to wake people up. You either agree with me or you don't. That's fine. But we ain't got to turn on each other and
family gonna be family, man.
All that stuff, because at the end of the day, whether you're a Democrat or whether you're a Republican, I'm neither one of them, but I still got love for you.
And all that was put in place to divide us. You know what I'm saying? All that was put in place to divide us. You know, why pick sides? Why even allow us to pick sides in the first place? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, we a country. We worrying about them other motherfuckers over there, you know. But I can tell you one thing, I couldn't guarantee you they're not gonna come here and fuck with us. Because once again, like I said, they have 100 houses in America.
Yeah.
50 of them got guns. But out of that 50, they got about 3 or 4 guns in each house. So that's gonna cover that other 50 that ain't got guns. So we straight over here with these parts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love you, man. I appreciate everything that you do, man. The main reason that I've continued to support you and to follow your channel is because of what you preach. It's righteous, it's loyal, and it's sincere, and it comes from the heart. You're not gonna find people every day that's gonna tell you the things that you don't want to hear, but you need to hear. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody don't want to hear, hey, it's a chance somebody can come breaking your fucking window, rape you, and kill you, and then kill your kids too in the process. You know what I'm saying? Right. Everybody don't want to hear that shit. Everybody want to just think that living in a fairy tale, everything is just fine and dandy. Hell to the fucking no, it's not. Okay. Right. And I'm sorry, but at the same time, I'm not, because at the end of the day, either you're gonna be a victim or you gonna make sure that whoever was preying on you don't prey on nobody else ever again. That's the only 2 options. All right. So when it's done, it's done. You do what you do and you don't feel bad about it. No remorse, because they're not gonna feel no remorse when they trying to take your life or fuck you and rape you or take your kids' lives and shit. You know, your spouse lives. They're not gonna give a fuck about none of that. They don't think about that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is America. So at the time where I'm at in my life, I ain't with none of that nonsense.
Yeah.
You come up in here, we gonna have a problem.
Exactly.
You know, that's it, man.
Exactly.
DC, yep, that's right. So at the end of the day, man, I'm still, I don't know, man. I'm protecting my peace at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. That's right. That's right, Willie. They sure do. Yep.
Yeah. You're right.
Silver spoon, all that silver spoon shit.
Yeah.
That's fine. They can have it. But I don't understand why. I don't understand why it's so divided. You know, something as simple as healthcare. Now look at Canada. They got free healthcare. I never lived there. It's cold in the motherfucker. But they got free healthcare.
Yeah.
It's probably because they always sick with pneumonia and shit living in Canada. It's cold up there.
Yeah.
You know, nothing against Canadian. I love them. I love our neighbors in the north.
Right.
All right. I just don't understand why I don't know. You would think that if we all won, they own country. They own country. All right. That's fine. I'm not trying to say we should all be one. But I'm gonna say this: wouldn't it be tight? Yeah, they would be tight to get all the free healthcare.
Right. Exactly.
That would be dope as hell.
Yeah, for sure. They gun laws suck though.
It's expensive. Yeah, they do. But then also they can have SBSs. I got a Shockwave. I got a Mossberg Shockwave. I want to put a stock on it, but I can't unless I file the paperwork. Up there, they got short barrel shotguns from the factory. I didn't even know Mossberg made one from the factory. A Mossberg 14-inch with a stock from the factory.
I gotta look into that. I heard of Mossberg before, but I didn't know they had they got one like the Shockwave blade.
They got the shock. I got the Mossberg Shockwave. I ain't got it here. I bought Cujo with me today.
Okay.
I got Cujo, and then I got Lucille over there. Lucy ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Right.
If I gotta pull out that AK-47. Lucille, I call her Lucy. Little Lucy ain't gonna hurt nobody. I call her Lucille, but Lucy ain't gonna hurt nobody. Because I promise you, I won't need to use it. Lucy is for the range.
Okay.
That's a Stava M70.
Yeah.
Wait, you had an M92. Oh, let me pick your brain a little bit because I had one too. I got rid of my M92. I got the full size, and then I was like, damn, I wanted 7.62, but I wanted shorter. So instead of buying another M92, because they got a little weight to them, they not light.
Right.
I bought that AR, but I had to do so for my AR that's chambered in 7.62. I had to do so much work to it, changing the fucking buffer and all this other shit. It wasn't even worth it. I should have just bought another fucking Zastava and said, fuck the weight. I should have said, fuck the weight, man.
I had an AR 7.62 as well. That the first Maximum Defense PDX, it was the first one I've owned. It was chambered in 7.62. And for the most part, it functioned when I took it to the range. Yeah, I remember I only took it to the range like twice. And they said it was like a break-in period of like 200 rounds, I believe. I ain't even shoot that motherfucker 60 times. So every now and then it'd be a hiccup, but they said it was a 200 round break-in. So I believe that, but I just never. I have, sand my guns because I really don't shoot them the way I should be shooting them. You feel me? But I no longer own that one. I sold it. Matter of fact, I did a trade. I believe I did a trade. The one I have now is chambered in 5.56, and it's strictly for CQB. Strictly for if a motherfucker break in my house.
Oh, it's a shorty.
It's a 5-inch.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's a 5.56. But I also have the Micro Draco. That'll probably I'm grabbing that Draco before I grab the 5.56, the Maximum Defense, the PDX.
Yeah,
I'm grabbing that Micro Draco.
Good deal.
And then the type of ammo I got is hollow point, so I ain't got to really worry about it, punching in and into the neighbor's house. They fragile. They expensive like a motherfucker, but you ain't got to worry about somebody getting hurt.
Over penetration,
collateral damage. You ain't got to worry about nothing like that.
You definitely over penetrate, and that's why I took my slugs. That's why I took the slugs. I took my slugs out. I took the slugs out, man. I had to. Oh, damn, I can't. Damn, I was about to hold it up. Never mind, let me stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, I took the slugs out. Man, I took the slugs out of there because, like I said, over penetration. And then, hell, I got my Glock 21 anyway. I got my Glock 19. They don't want to hit out in the house.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna Roger Forts in me, nigga. Like dead ass. Somebody, the police come knock on the door. It's gonna be on the hip on the holster. I'm sorry. Right. Even if I don't know who's at the door, at the least, I'm gonna lift my shirt up, you know, and then have my hand on it while I'm looking through the peephole. But if I'm answering it, I don't want to just run about like, damn, the fucking Jehovah's Witness came today. What they would have thought if I came to the door with something in my hand. Come on, man, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Come on, not saying that it was his fault.
That's That's being smart. You thinking ahead because you don't know what the other person on the other side of that door is gonna think.
Yep. You know, you have to discipline your mind to go ahead and factor in all the bullshit before it even happens.
Exactly. Now that's being savage ready.
Yeah. So I hate that
you
happened.
You got to think ahead of a situation. You got to also think about what if something go left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with that, with the Roger Fortson, man, that broke my fucking heart. You hear me?
It killed me, man, because you got people like him that's innocent, not doing nothing in his own home, and then you got he's a good one, and then you got that motherfucker that was the Navy guy that was in the fucking with South Carolina down there and shot them 10 people on the boat or getting off the boat.
Right.
That right there, he shouldn't have been in the military.
Yeah.
He should have been weeded out. They should have did some kind of psych eval on him. He should have been weeded out.
Right.
That makes no sense because now you got people like the good people.
Yeah.
That's looking back looked at like we bad people.
Right.
And it bothers me.
Right.
Only to an extent because I'm retired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He probably was one of them and came in under that new program where they got these stress cards and all this other shit. Like we didn't have none of that shit when I was in.
Right.
You hold them. We didn't have no stress cards. Nah. You're gonna do what the fuck that drill sergeant tell you to do, or you're gonna get chewed out about it, and he's gonna tell you about yourself, and you ain't gonna have nothing to do but face the facts and do what he told you to do anyway.
Right. Exactly.
That's it. So get it done, bro.
Right.
But that Navy guy, man, I'm disappointed, man. But that goes to show that even with military people, with veterans as ourselves, we human. We just we can fuck up just like anybody else can fuck up.
Yep.
You know, he was wrong for that. You know, he fucked up.
Yeah.
He was wrong for that. I wouldn't call him a brother. I wouldn't salute him. I wouldn't wish him no Veterans Day. None of that shit. Wouldn't spit on him if he was on fire because he hurt people that he signed up and took an oath to protect.
Yes.
Foreign and domestic. He became a domestic terrorist himself when he did that shit. And that's for me.
And when did this happen? Because I didn't hear anything about this.
This was Memorial. I think it was Memorial Day weekend, something like that.
Where?
Memorial Day weekend shooting. I think it was in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up.
Wow, I didn't even hear about it. How many people did he unalive? Hopefully he didn't unalive nobody. But you said 10 people were shot?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep. A shooting incident on a boat in Little River, South Carolina. That was right down from Myrtle Beach. Resulted in 10 people being shot and one person with a non-gunshot injury. Man spent 12 years Marine Corps. I spent 12 years fighter plane. Hey, man. Hey, I get the same look. They look at me like something's wrong. I get the same look. They be like, why what you looking mad? I'm not mad. It's just how I look. You know? I don't smile until times like this, 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm happy now. This is my peace. You know? But North Myrtle Beach incident occurred on a charter boat, Memorial Day gathering. Yeah. Yep. Wow. A fight proceed. So it's a fight that happened first, but it says see, and that's the part. One North Myrtle Beach. See, and that's the problem with these guns.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you too, Hatfield. It said one North Myrtle Beach police officer was also injured when his weapon accidentally discharged while responding to the scene. Have you heard about them SIGs with 320s going off?
I heard about that. Say they just go off. If I had one, I don't know if I carry one in the head, man.
I almost got one, man. See, when I was on the fence because I got the SIG P365 and I got the SP2022. 365 is a little 380. The SP2022 is a 9. I was on the fence with the SP2022, but that or the 320. The price difference is the only thing that got me.
Okay.
But I'm so glad. I am so fucking glad, yo. This shit ain't never went off, and I'm hiding loaded every day. Every day, hot and ready. That's it, hot and ready, like a Little Caesar's pizza. Mm-hmm. I walk around hot and ready. Like, because it's not just me walking around, I'm protecting my family too. And especially being out here in the city in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Crazy out here, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People walk up to your windows, man. Come on, like the kids are scared. Like, I'm in the city. I'm in the city. I'm not in the country no more. I'm in the city.
So you in Atlanta?
I'm in Norcross, Georgia. Norcross.
Okay.
So it's north, a little north of Atlanta, like on the outskirts of Atlanta.
Okay.
It's like when you leave in Atlanta. It's still
Okay.
on 85.
Yeah.
You know, all the traffic is right down from Spaghetti Junction and all that shit. Yeah, I'm right,
Right.
here. I'm in the city, man. I mean, I'm in Little Mexico over here. Little Juarez is what I like to call it. You know, I'm fucking blending in with these motherfuckers. They don't want to get caught by the police and ICE and shit. I don't like the police. Because I don't fucking rely on them anyway, so I don't need to see them. You know,
Right.
I'm hiding them, but I'm dead ass just blending in. Big old, you know, we just nodding. We just nodding. They don't speak English. I don't know what the fuck they be saying. I love it.
Yeah. Salute to how I feel for them being in the service, man. You hero, you hear me?
Yeah.
Salute. It's my brother.
He got a strong military upbringing. I looked at his profile picture. I seen him. He got that beard. He got some military. And I can tell a lot of my guys that I serve with, that's how they look now. They look like his profile picture. Like they look like in Rest His Soul, Uncle Phil, Duck Dynasty. They look like them. You know, they got the big thick beards. And I can't never grow mine. This thick as I can get mine, it don't grow. You know?
Yeah.
So shit. But I be hanging out with them boys, man. And you know something?
Yeah.
That's one thing I can always say about my group of military buddies, man. Sometimes we go years without seeing each other. But when we do get back, we catch up at a bar or something. It's like we ain't missed a beat, man.
That's what's up.
We pick up right where we left off, man. Everything's still the same.
Right.
You know? Them OGs, man. Them cats I serve with, man. Man. I miss it, man. I mean, some of them they died, you know, like people passing away, health issues and all kind of stuff, man. You know, but I remember the good times, and it's good to be able to experience that. Hey, I did this with that dude. You know what I'm saying? I was out there with him, and we served together. You know what I'm saying? We did shit. So.
Right.
But let me ask you a question. Yeah, that's right. What made you knuckle down and get into the big calibers? Because you was telling me about your handgun. What about the rifles? About rifle calibers? Because you know you got several Dracos and things. So what made you get into the big boys? I'm gonna tell you what did it for me. After I want to hear what did it for you.
Okay. Shit, it wasn't really for me at that particular point in that time frame, period of time is what I'm trying to say. What made me want to the bigger caliber, you know, the bigger the motherfucking bullet, the more damage it's gonna do to that stanky ass savage that's trying to break in. You know what I'm saying? Like the I had a 308 for like maybe 2 weeks, and I ended up, you know, selling it. I ended up selling it because I don't like them big long motherfuckers. You know, it was a Caltech RFB. I ended up selling it. It wasn't. Let me say this: it wasn't that long because it was a bud pup, but I ended up, you know, selling it. It just at that point, I wasn't into guns how I was 2-3 years ago. Let's just put it like that. But the reason why I got it, I like PCC, PDW style weapons. You know, I like that. Like a lot of people into their handguns. Hey man, to each his own. You know, it's all good. But me, I've never really been into handguns like I have been into like the AR-15 pistols, the Dracos, the M92s, the Scorpions, the MPXs, you know, you name it. That shit stemmed from me playing, you know, Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, you know, Battlefield. And I was like, shit, it'd be dope to be able to have like guns like this in real life. And, you know, I'm like, damn, you really can buy this shit. If you got the money, you can buy it. And that's when I like lost it and went. I'm like, okay, I became a gun freak. I gotta have this. I'm itching to
it's
get
an addiction,
this.
right?
So it wasn't really about the ballistics at the time. It was just me having, you know, being able to buy one. Like, these are the fucking games I see in movies. You know what I'm saying? Resident Evil, John Wick, Escape from New York, all my favorite, you know, the old school movies, Predator, Commando. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I want this shit in real life. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I really got into it. It wasn't necessarily about the ballistics. I'm not really a shooter like that. You know, I know my shit. I know my shit. If you break in my house, I know my shit gonna work, and I don't need to be a mother. It don't take a fucking rocket science to aim and point at your target at that savage and see if you know.
Right.
I don't have to go to no range every fucking week to do that. And I ain't knocking people that do. But it's a big difference from going to the range and shooting a motherfucking piece of paper that ain't gonna shoot back at your ass versus somebody breaking in your fucking house and them motherfuckers ducking, dodging, and shooting back. That's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, a level to this shit. You know. Yeah. And when you in the hood like I am, you got to stay sharp. You can't let your guard down not one fucking second. I've known people, I'm getting the fuck, gee, get the fuck up out of Detroit. Get out of the hood. Get your ass out here in the suburb. I know people that have done that. And guess what? They no longer here because they went out there to them suburbs, got laxed, too relaxed, and the savage got the drop on them, and they no longer here because they let their guard down. It's a false sense of security when you out there. I would rather be here where I know I got to keep my head on the swivel, and I'm, you know, every time when you leave, you don't know if you're gonna make it back home. So you got to be on the ready. You got to have that mindset, you know, of being savage ready and being aware of your surroundings or environment, aware of your environment, and you know, you got to be ready at all times. Nephew having internet issues again, but you gotta be that way, y'all. You got to be that way. You know, you cannot let your guard down when you out in the world. You can't even really let your, and I know this paranoid is saying, but you got to be that way even in your own house in case somebody break in. You don't pick the time. The savage is the one that's planning and plotting and gonna pick the time, and they probably gonna pick a time when they think you laid up sleep or something, and when they come up in there. So you got to be ready at all times, regardless. That's what's up. Keep it on you. Keep it on you at all times, my brother. Keep it on you at all times. You feel me? You got to. Thank you. Thank you for letting me into your truck, you know, entertaining you while you on the road. Be safe out there, brother. Be safe out there. You hear me? Anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to you know, jump off and get back to the music, you know, getting this album prepped up, you know, getting it ready for y'all. You know, every time I think it's ready, I make a new beat that sound better than the last beat. So I'm swapping them out, and you know, I'm working on the track list. And then for the members that's paying me that $2.99 a month, is it $1.99 a month or $2.99? I got some free music for y'all coming soon. That would be that members only volume 2. You know, and if you already a member, a paid member of this channel, and you don't have volume 1, hit me up. You know, tell me what your YouTube channel name is and give me your email. Those are the 2 things, that information, the info that I require, that I would need. Because once I verify that you are indeed a paid member, because it's a list of everybody named that's a paid member. Once when I verify that it's you, I'm gonna send it to you through my Gmail. And once you get the MP3 files, make sure you download it into your phone or download it into your computer's hard drive. Because if you don't do it, because a lot of people got the and those are the people that bought it from, you know, the album through Cash App. They cashed out me, and And I love Cash App because you ain't got to deal with no middleman. No, when I put it up on DistroKid, they put it on all major platforms where people were streaming my music. People also was buying it, and supporting it. So I'm probably gonna go back to DistroKid so it can be on all major platforms. That way, if you I like Cash App too, because with Cash App, you getting your money right the fuck away. You know what I'm saying? You getting it instantly. And when you Cash App me, you put your email. So once when I get the Cash App, I see the email. All right, I send it to this email, and boom, you got the album. And then you make sure you download it, because if you don't download it after a certain amount of time go by, those links gonna expire up on Gmail. So you have to download it into your hard drive or into your phone. You can't just, every time when you want to listen, you just can't pull up your email and click on the link and listen to it that way, because some links didn't expire. That's what I was getting at. A lot of people didn't download it. They say, T, I can't play it no more. It say the link is invalid. I said, did you download it? No, you got to download it. But that's if you Cash Apping me. Once I go back on DistroKid and throw all my shit up there, y'all can stream it. You can purchase it. And, I ain't got to be sending nobody no emails. But I do like the Cash App thing. Don't get me wrong. I do like it because I'm getting paid. With DistroKid, you got to wait like a month or 2 months before you get paid. When you do it through Cash App, I was like, shit, fuck it. When I drop it, Cash App me the motherfucking money with your email. And we'd do it like that. And you dealing directly with no third party, with no middleman involved. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see how this play out. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to jump off this motherfucker. Damn, I've been live 2 hours and 56 minutes, almost 3 hours. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I still might go back live on regular YouTube, because this dude StreamYard. But shout out to everybody that was in here. Y'all stay safe. I wish you the best. I wish you peace. And no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Once again, Rest B, I love you, nephew. Thank you for stopping by and entertaining us and spreading your knowledge, sharing your knowledge. I appreciate you. We got to do this again soon. And thank everybody that's in here that tuned in. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Salute to y'all. Much love to the Gun Freak Nation. Salute, baby. Much love to y'all. Peace.